Yeah, I would really like to be able to see my screen.
But then you wouldn't have a cat in front of it.
No, I'm pretty sure I still would have a cat in front of it.
Sorry, chat. That was horrible. Please forgive me. So, start with highlights?
Yes, let us highlight, shall we? So last time, which is just a touch over a month ago, you guys started the session in a tower on a lake, after having gone inside and found out that the bard that you met, Rictavio, was actually a very famous vampire monster hunter type person named Rudolph van Vrichten. And you guys met with him and kind of, jammed a little bit on what's going on and cats that sound like ducks. God damn it. We lose my train of thought. Kind of what you were doing and what he would need you guys to do if he was going to help you in your quest. During all of this happening, Skirp decided that for some reason it was a good idea to climb Mount Gacus, and he's been kind of pushing you guys to do so ever since. It's just like, oh, hey, look at the sky. We should go climb that mountain type thing. No one really knows why. It's kind of weird. You get some wolves, while this was all happening, came up to the tower. At least one of them you believe to be a werewolf, and kind of started mocking Van Richten and trying to get you guys to come out and fight. And after a fairly anticlimactic battle via arrow holes and arrow slits, they decided they were just going to take off. You guys were on your way to Kresk when you stopped here, chasing down some leads on things, and along the way you guys had several encounters, several of which actually were related to Twig people again, which Tally decided that she wasn't going to have anything with, so she lit them the hell on fire, which is what she does. And upon arriving in Kresk, the guards at the gate would not let you guys in without some kind of payment. They decided that payment was going to be wine, and you guys set off back to the Wizard of Wines once again. On your way there, you had some more lovely encounters, but the most important of that actually happened on the way back. So first of all, you guys got there and found that the winery was trashed. Like absolutely trashed. Like walls were busted in. There's these massive like footprint stomp marks through the actual vineyard part, and it was generally trashed. You didn't actually see who done it, but there were those massive tracks leading to the south. You guys then decided that it was probably best to deal with the wine crisis first, and then decided to grab what you could scrounge and head back to Kresk to attempt to gain access. On the way back, you met some kind of undead soldier, and he was walking with purpose, and you guys, instead of giving him the Barovian high five, which is to say you tried to kill him, you chose to actually talk to him, and he proved to actually be talkative. He told you about a place called Argynvost Holt, specifically to Skirp, who he kind of deemed to be the most kind of like knightly of the group, and who also kind of introduced himself as such. He gave you guys kind of general directions to get to Argynvost Holt, and he said that if you're enemies of the darkness, that you should go there to seek allies. After that point, you guys made it back to Kresk successfully, and the guards were kind of like, oh, hey, you guys are actually made it back with wine. Sure, come in. And that was effectively where we ended, with you guys walking into Kresk. I'll drag you over there to the map now, which is massive. You guys were kind of looking down over this really heavily, densely wooded village that is a lot smaller on the inside than it seems like from the out. Only really a handful of buildings, given the massive walls that surround it.
I remember deciding and us all discussing and realizing that it would be a really good idea to go talk to the abbot, but I'm still not 100% certain why. Was it Rictavio who suggested this?
In terms of abbotry, he mentioned that he has never met him, but that he seems to be a follower of the Morning Lord, and those are very few and far between in these lands.
And we were going to ask about curing Irena, or...
Yes.
Okay.
And or maybe help with Strahd.
Yes.
God damn it. Scurp. And potentially also helping with Strahd, yes. Doing what he do. And yeah, that's where we left it. The one thing that I did not mention is that the Burgomeister actually greeted you guys at the gate, because the guards went and grabbed him and said, "Hey, these guys usually have wine." And he welcomed you in and said, "Feel free to stay. Please don't cause any trouble." And you guys kind of mentioned that you were here for the abbot, and he pointed up at the hill and said, "Yeah, well, he kind of keeps to himself and has some strange creatures meddling about. We don't really deal much with him." Yep, and that looks like it's about it for the notes. So then, intrepid adventurers, tell me, what is it that you seek this evening?
The Holy Grail.
If it is death that you wish for.
Holy Grail.
Oh, fine.
We're all
Fine.
out of death.
Be a Holy Grail.
Kick your death. I think the goal was talk to the abbot and see what's going on.
Are there
Help us out.
Are there any shops in this town?
There are not. This place is very, very small. Any kind of trade that happens is like person-to-person bartering.
Okay.
Which the guards will tell you.
I'm pretty sure we had another reason for coming here that I can't remember either. There was something... I don't remember what it was, though. But I'm pretty sure there's something else that's pulling us here.
We asked Rectavio about curing Irena, and he directed us here, I think, and that's why we came here, because we're still trying to figure out what to do about her bite.
Mm-hmm. Let me see if this.
Send her to a dentist.
Har.
Probably need
I keep wanting to call him Rictavio Belmont because of Richter Belmont.
It's almost like that's the joke.
Yeah.
So yeah. The idea being that the abbot is potentially an ally and potentially some maybe way of helping Irena.
Yeah.
Possibly. Maybe sort of, kind of.
Potentially. Well, I would like to inquire with the guards as to, will the abbot speak with us? Can we seek an audience?
He says that's not really for us to decide. That's for the abbot to decide. This is you can certainly take the journey up there and see if you can get past the gate. But he usually posts a guard and doesn't tend to see people unless they are important or he sends for them himself.
I'll start walking. I'll thank him and start walking towards the gate, I guess.
All right. It is so the kind of like arrow dashes, like points, those represent basically elevation changes up to the abbey. It is from from kind of like the village proper up a 700-foot climb around this like twisty, windy road around S5.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently you're going, but nobody else is.
Oh, I would like to go as well, of course.
Yes, following.
Would you like to add something? Okay.
Sorry, am I missing something? Is his video cam on or something?
No, my wife.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Skirp.
No. Ow. Throw things. I've been assaulted. You all heard it.
I will testify.
You're not helping.
But you're not hurting anything either.
Anyway, now that distraction is gone.
We're off to see the abbot.
Yes.
You guys go ahead. I'm gonna hold down the gate.
What?
Yeah,
I'm just making sure, like we're safe and secure.
Don't split the party, man.
it's okay. He's grown to become immortal and or undying in some way.
Yeah, I wouldn't call him immortal.
Woo.
I mean, you wouldn't.
That is correct. I wouldn't. All right.
Bards.
There you go. All right. So if you guys aren't going to stop anywhere else, you guys can just mosey on up to there. And by mosey, I mean that there is a very long road on the way up.
Is it a yellow brick?
It is not yellow brick. It is windy, a little bit muddy, but muddy in that way where like it's kind of like thawed out and frozen over. So like there are ruts in it, but the ruts are really like crusty and hard, so it's difficult to walk on. So it's a little bit of a trudge upward.
Do we see any more of like the odd creatures as we're walking around?
Down here, you do not.
Okay.
Right before you guys make it kind of to the S5 area, you hear somebody calling for the guards, and then somebody kind of correcting that person calling for the guards and says, no, call for a midwife. We don't need the guard. And you see kind of two guardsmen come sprinting across town. And there's this woman kind of holding up her skirts, chasing behind them, and they disappear kind of around a corner into town proper. And with that, you shall have flavor text for the road, more so than I've already given you, because there is specifically some for this. The switchback road that hugs the cliff is 10 feet wide and covered with loose gravel and chunks of broken rock. The ascent is slow and somewhat treacherous, and the air grows colder as one nears the top. I'm singing to my map, so I gotta try to find the one that I need. Sorry. Move over. So many maps. So many maps. All right. Where are we? Perfect. I shall drag you over. Tokens. You guys like tokens, right?
Yeah.
And to be dragged to the right spot. You do know I have a climb speed, right?
Yes, I do. I will get you guys dragged to the spot in just a second. I gotta get all your tokens in the right place first. That druid's not in the party. All right, let's see if that helps.
It's all black.
Again. All right, let me.
Oh, hey.
How about
I
now?
can see-
Hey.
I see stuff.
All right.
Inaccurate map though.
There's a dead skirt.
How do you figure the map is inaccurate?
Skirp's way down there.
It is a large map, let's put it that way. All right. You guys arrive at the northern gate. The road from the village climbs above the mist to the wide ledge on which the abbey is perched. A light dusting of snow covers the trees and rocky earth. The gravel road passes between two small stone outbuildings, to either side of which stretches a 5-foot-high, 3-foot thick wall of jumbled stones held together with mortar. And those are kind of off-screen the way you came, slightly. No, I'm wrong. They're the ones that are right in front of you. And then there's this, like the little wall that's around it's the wall that was described just then. Blocking the road are iron gates attached to the outbuildings by rusty hinges. They appear to be unlocked. Viewed through the gates, the stone abbey stands quiet. Its two wings are joined by a 15-foot-high curtain wall. A belfry protrudes from the rooftop of the closer northern wing, which also sports a chimney billowing a gray smoke. So, over there. So these are the outbuildings here. Kind of right.
We do have a goblin paladin, Kenny.
Just betwixt them. And then there's the curtain wall you can see further in if you were to someone with a light source walked in further, which you would see easily enough. Also, before I forget, let me make sure that Fog of War is turned on for this map. Enabled. Okay.
Oh,
Or not.
now it's
We've
on.
lost
enabled.
everything.
Very foggy.
Advanced Fog of War enabled.
All black.
All right, where's Skirp?
Better. He's off the map. Remember, he stayed 700 feet down.
That's right. All right.
Oh, cute.
That's awesome.
Okay. Good. Better.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Skirp broke the first rule, and now he's gonna die again.
I didn't go into the creepy castle.
Not a creepy castle. It's literally a holy place.
Mm-hmm. You remember what happened the last time we went into a holy place? Holes.
In places.
Yeah. Lived up to the name.
So
Wasn't the last holy place we went, wasn't that the church in Valaki?
Yeah. Yes.
maybe
And it was
We had-
fine.
We had a nice time there.
Yeah.
it's not the way I remember it.
That was the church in Barovia.
All right. So as you guys walk in, you open the gates, and there's a very loud grrr as the gates open. They are hyper rusty, so they are not quiet whatsoever. And being as I saw no stealth check, I will continue to be noisy.
Yeah.
Anybody with a passive perception, which is to say everybody in the party, hears some kind of like pseudo commotion coming from the two outbuildings that you just passed betwixt. It's kind of like a grumbling, and like someone dropped something metal and it clanged against like a stone floor, and then some more grumbling. And then you see almost simultaneously these two creatures walk out, stumble out of these outbuildings, and they're holding brandishing shovels as kind of like makeshift weapons almost, and they're very kind of like sniffing at you like they're some kind of animals.
Are
And,
those
like,
to scale?
yes, those are to scale. They're small.
Heckin' small.
They're quite small indeed. I wanted to see if there's a handout for these guys, but maybe there's not. Oh, here we go. They look kind of like this. And by kind of like, I mean they look exactly like this. The one to the north looks like that guy. And they're this odd amalgamation of like man and maybe donkey and dog.
These are from Tank Girl. I've seen these.
There's a name I haven't heard in some time. And the other looks like these.
This is Beauty and the Beast meets Phantom of the Opera.
And he's more furry. He's kind of like wolf, lizard, man, bear, pig.
50% of each.
Yes.
I think, Gideon, these might be related to Skirp.
Skirp is not here to defend himself, so he will. His ears grow very warm all of a sudden.
Yeah, we cut back to Skirp in town.
He's like, "Did you guys feel that?" So Skirp, not to totally ignore
Yes.
you.
No. I put myself in a position to be ignored. It's not
You didn't-
intentionally. I just.
What is he doing? Oh no.
There's the commotion down lower is still occurring, and you hear shouting and things about fetching towels and hot water.
But uninterested.
Okay. And so that goes on for a while, and eventually everything kind of settles down. These two,
God,
back to the rest of the party.
some Full Metal Alchemist shit.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
It says, what
Oh.
business? Oh. Now I remember.
yeah.
He's very kind of like small and almost like scared, like maybe like a abused dog. And what are you doing here? Who do you want? And he poking the kind of like the shovel at Floki's direction. You're not one of us. The abbot did not say people were coming. Who are you?
Guests seeking audience with the abbot.
Guests. The abbot did not say guests. And then he goes, Zeefreak. And the one to the south kind of shuffles over and like sniffs at Tally. A female, now that she's closer, you can kind of tell she has more feminine features to her figure. And she's like, they smell odd.
We did just finish bringing a big shipment of wine, so that might be part of it.
Wine. The abbot does like wine. And Otto, this one's a lot more kind of like, seems like she might be the one in charge. The other one to the north just goes, The abbot did not say there were guests. Says, why are you here? What do you seek? Do you mean to hurt the abbot? And he kind of is getting himself kind of like puffed up, and you see him try to stand up a little bit taller with his shovel, like kind of as a mace. Like, you wouldn't hurt the abbot, would you? Would you?
We're just looking to ask him some questions.
Questions.
Peacefully ask him questions.
Oh. Okay. And he shoots forward and he says, okay, come on. You come this way now. I'll take you to the abbot.
Well, that worked.
Oh, he just booked it.
He just got man. He
He's like 3 times
just-
movement speed.
And he just shoots across like this kind of inner courtyard area. As you're moving across to the south, where the S7 is, you see these stunted pine trees trying to kind of grow out of the rocky earth that's up here. You see the windows that are on the side of the building are made of like a leaded glass, but they have cracks running through them. And there are very clearly gravestones all around that kind of like southern curve of that wall. Some sort of like makeshift graveyard.
Are
As
these
you get
guys the
here-
reasons why there's half grids? Because it's driving me batty.
Probably.
Ah, yeah, that's it. We're
Yeah, let's go.
oversized and they're normal sized.
Yeah, might be generous. You guys approach the entrance and you see that the 15-foot high curtain wall that was previously mentioned is here, and joins the two wings, these two towers together. Behind the battlements, you see that there are two guards standing at attention. Though the
Very
fog
true.
kind of is clinging to the battlement, so it's hard to actually make out any features. Below them, actually set into the wall, is a pair of 10-foot tall wooden doors that have reinforcements made of steel. To the other doors, mounted on the wall, is a tarnished copper plaque.
That reads
Well, are you going to read it? Come on now.
Yar.
Gideon's not a
Alright.
very strong reader.
It has this very like stylized font that reads "The Abbey of Saint Markovia," and underneath of it are words that say, "May her light cure all illness."
May her light?
Yes. The other of the mongrel folk finally catches up with you, and the other says, "Yes, yes, yes. Come, come, come." Goes up, bangs on the door. Doesn't seem like so much to like knock to open it, but like kind of throwing his weight into it to actually make things open up. And they open with like this huge kind of like, and then too much momentum, and it goes banging against the inside wall.
It's definitely not a trap.
Definitely not a trap. And since you guys are in there, I will kill the dynamic lighting on that door so you can see through it.
How cool is that?
Skirp, the party has disappeared from sight a long time ago. They don't appear to be coming back down anytime soon.
I'm occupied.
What are you occupied with?
I sent you the message in chat.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
What are you doing to our
Nothing.
mule?
Nothing different.
Oh,
Nothing different.
that-
Like, yeah, you know, it's. I'm kind of killing time, but that's the general tone of my, of what I'm doing. So
All right.
maybe chatting distractedly with guards.
And there are a few that kind of like look at you oddly and were like, "Shouldn't you be with whatever? You outsiders are weird." And a couple of them like, "You're kind of short for a Barovian." And they just kind of shrug and they go back to their patrol. As the party crosses over into here, you look back up at the guards and you see that they're not really guards. They're like scarecrows that have been just kind of like stuck in place holding spears.
That's interesting.
Indeed,
Didn't the guards down below mention something about guards
they did.
up here? Huh.
The thick fog that has been your companion fills the courtyard, swirling as if eager to escape with the opening of the doors. The courtyard is again surrounded by these 15-foot high curtain walls, which they don't want you to forget apparently. And there are the guards with their backs to you, or at least it seemed that way until you realize that they're just scarecrows. The wooden doors to the east and north lead into the abbey's wings. So the single doors that are kind of north and eastish. In the center of the courtyard is a well, a stone well fitted with an iron winch to which a rope and bucket are attached. Along the perimeter, tucked into the overhanging wall, are several stone sheds with padlocked wooden doors, as well as 3 shallow alcoves that contain wooden troughs. Two wooden posts pounded into the rocky earth here have iron rings bolted to them, and chained to one of them is a short humanoid with bat wings and spider mandibles.
Ooh.
And as soon as you guys enter the courtyard, there's just this shrieking
Bat
sound coming
wings
from the
and
sheds,
Spider-Man. That's kind of
padlocked
weird.
sheds.
I hear
The
Scrip's
mongrel-
voice in my head saying, holes, holes.
The mongrel folk just kind of continue and pass you, like they don't notice or care about anything. It's like, yes, come. You will see the abbot. Come on.
Do I feel
And
like they're leading us into, like, are they acting shifty or is this just business for them?
they just seem like they're leading you in. You can always try some sort of check if you wish
Like-
to see if
like-
they
If I want to be insightful or something?
yeah, something like that.
I don't think that's a real skill.
No,
You just have to make it.
I think Gideon would agree that it is not a real skill.
Alright, yeah. I'd agree with anything you said right now.
When was the last time the abbot had guests?
The female, the one has called Siegfried, just kind of stops and turns back and says, it's been a little while. Yeah, a little while. Mostly just our kind stay up here with him and tend to him. There was a man here once, but the abbot kind of all rushed us out when he came, so we don't know what he was really like. Oh, and Vasilka's in with him right now too. She's nice. She doesn't say much though. She's nice though. Did I
Who?
mention she doesn't say much? Yeah, she's nice. And she goes and opens the door, and the other one just looks like, yes. Very nice, very quiet. Come. And they scurry into the door together.
Why not?
Meanwhile,
I'm gonna let you go in first, Gideon.
the bat-winged spider mandible mongrel folk continues, like, just kind of looking at you guys. Every once in a while it'll jump up in the air and flap its wings and fall back down to the earth again, like it's trying to escape its bindings there. And the shrieking just goes on and on and on, coming from one of the sheds.
I'm going to decide to interpret this as people being patients and not horrific experiments. Okay?
That's fair.
As we're kind of, I think as Floki kind of hangs back a little bit, I might just walk by him and kind of whisper, like, keep an eye out. This seems suspect at best.
As you get near the door, you hear Siegfried go, "Hey, Abbot!"
Yes.
Sorry, I've been waiting for that. Gentle-sounding music trickles down from above, played on a single-stringed instrument by some unseen master. The ground floor is one large 50-foot square room with arched leaded glass windows. Cauldron sits on an iron rack above a fire in a hearth, while above the fireplace mantel hangs a golden disc engraved with the symbol of the sun. In one corner, a wooden staircase climbs to the upper level, while in another, a stone staircase descends into darkness. Several chairs surround a wooden table that stretches nearly the length of the room. Wooden dishware and gold candelabras are neatly arranged on the table, standing behind which is a young woman with alabaster skin, dressed in a torn and soiled red gown. Her auburn hair is neatly bundled as not to touch her soft shoulders, and she kind of seems aloof, as if lost in her own thoughts.
Are they also small?
No, they're not. These guys are actually supposed to be of the right size. It's just because this map is so massive. They are the same size as you. In addition to
Okay.
that, if you want me to, I can shrink rate you all. Makes you feel better.
It doesn't bother me anyway.
No.
I was just curious.
All right. Additionally, a handsome young man in a brown monk's robe gently takes the woman by her hand. A painted wooden holy symbol that depicts a sun hangs from a chain around his neck, and he moves with the grace of a saint.
Oh, sounds like more like Tally's kind of person.
Eh. I'm many things, but probably not a saint.
Well, I'm talking about holy.
That's true. All about that holy stuff.
It seems like the abbot is instructing the woman, like in table manners.
Uh-huh.
Like he's grabbed her hand and he's kind of like motioned for her to sit down, and then he's adjusted the plate and the silverware, and he's now explaining like the difference between like the salad fork and the seafood's fork to her. And this is not in fact a dingle hopper.
Oh. Whatchamacallit?
I guess Gideon will wait rather diffidently uh, until he, seems to notice us. I like how we're having kind of like a traffic jam here in
Yeah,
this
we did.
doorway.
Everybody's like and the two mongrel folk are just kind of like stopped for the moment, and they're just waiting for the abbot to do something. It seems like they're just kind of holding their position. And finally, the abbot lets go of the woman's hand, and he looks up, and he says, "Yes." And the two mongrel folk bow kind of badly, like they're not terribly well balanced already with like oversized limbs and everything. So they tried their best to bow, but fail. And says, "Abbot, they're guests. They say peace and want to ask you questions." And okay. And Siegfried, the woman one, just kind of shakes her head slightly and says, "Abbot, you have guests." And she attempts her bow again, then pushes past you and goes back out into the courtyard. The other one kind of stands there nervously, and the abbot looks at him and kind of gives him like a "okay, you can go now" motion, and he go, "Oh yeah, go now. Bye guests," and runs out the door.
Bye.
Oh, he's cute.
He's trying so hard.
Okay.
The abbot
I'm fully into the room.
stands up to his full height, and you see he's a very tall man. It's like 6'3", very very good looking, and says, "You are not from these lands, are you?"
What gave that away?
Well, for one, no one that knew any better would wear a holy symbol so openly.
Yes, it's rare to see anybody worshiping much in these lands.
Yes, yes, that is very true. And he kind of peers at the symbol. He says, "Yours is an old symbol, one I have not seen in quite some time. Quite some time indeed. That is another tell that you are not from these lands. You worship old gods long dead."
It's an old symbol, but it checks out. Also, is my god dead? I don't know. I don't know
No.
how these things work in D&D.
Your god is not dead.
Okay. Is Lathander dead?
No.
Okay.
We're gonna go through the entire pantheon and ask.
No, well, those are the only two that I'm worried about at the moment.
Okay.
We come here looking for help. As you've mentioned, we are not from this realm, but we have been trapped here.
Yes. This happens often in these parts. The Lord Strahd, as he fashions himself, and he kind of makes a gesture around the room, like he's trying to be noble. He plays these games with outsiders.
Yes. We are caught in one of those games, it seems. Not one of our own desire either. What is your relation to Strahd? How do you view each other?
He is a danger, and I am likely an annoyance. But we often leave each other alone.
That's impressive. How do you, for somebody who lords over this dominion like Strahd, I imagine his powers seep into almost every crack in the ground. What do you do to keep him away from you and yours?
I simply leave him alone. He was very much like an absent landlord. If you simply keep your head down.
Those people outside, are they patients of yours? What?
That is a kind way to put that. Yes, I would call them patients. I am a steward for them in a manner of speaking. I care for them, and I give them a place to stay for their lives, and in return they kind of attempt to help keep up the place and help me with minor tasks.
We
Uh,
we came to ask for your help with possibly a disease. I'm not sure what to call it. Maybe a curse.
What
Uh,
kind of curse? He says there are many curses in this land.
well, we've encountered someone who may have been bitten by a vampire. She doesn't seem to have turned into a monster or anything, but we wish to know more about what we can do for her.
There are very few cures for vampirism, I'm afraid. The one that I do know is to kill the vampire that so bit her. And he says, "You'll forgive my presumptions, but there is but one vampire lord in these lands. You are trying to rob Strahd of something he wishes to possess."
Would that mean you wouldn't help us?
He says, not necessarily. There is a way that our goals might align." He motions to the woman sitting to his side, and he says, "This is Vasilka, and I have crafted her in the image of what Strahd wishes for a bride. I wish to present her when she is ready as a suitable bride for Strahd, in hopes that it will help him perhaps release his grip on the land once he has found what the proper bride he's been looking for." He says, "If your person has been bitten and is turned, I feel that this would potentially harm my rather well thought out plans about this. So I would very much like to see that not happen."
So then we're all in agreement here.
He says, "Yes, I think we're in agreement for the time." He says, "So if you're willing to be helpful in this, and perhaps I might be helpful as well. Perhaps you can help me with my portion of the plan."
what might that be?
Well, Vasilka here is she's very nearly ready. We have a few mannerisms to work out just yet, but unfortunately, she does not possess a proper gown for a lord such as Strahd. Perhaps you could do something as simple as simply finding her a wedding dress, and I will see that you're willing to be helpful in this, and I will provide whatever help I am able to in your endeavors, so long as you are guests of our dear Lord Strahd in these lands.
What sort of
Says-
help do you think you can offer us?
Well, I am not beyond power here. The Morning Lord is quite good to me, and he still grants me a small measure of his power. I would I could potentially assist you with this if one of your number were to meet an unfortunate fate. I might be able to beg the Morning Lord's forgiveness and bring them back from it.
I don't suppose you would need a body for that?
It certainly helps to have a body.
Hey, Zeb.
Let me look at the rules and make sure
horn here.
what it needs for it. Yep, need a body.
How about a bit of horn?
Easy there, kid.
I've got a couple hands.
Because I dug out a bit of horn out of that house and then stuck it in my pack. But no, I don't think so.
Says
I
it's
think Zeb's even AFK.
is he?
He might be putting his kids to bed.
I thought he said. Oh, I guess that was like 40 minutes. That's a good point. Well, he didn't warn us.
Hmm.
What's wrong with Skirt being a Zomblin? Come now,
Oh.
it's just fun. Chad is wondering if he can turn you back into a real goblin.
I don't see why you would want to. I'm currently a super goblin, so
Super goblin.
He says, but yes, I believe that if you're willing to do that, I will provide my my guidance and any help that I am able to provide in that manner. He says, as for your friend, well, if I'm going to be frank with you, she is a disturbance to my plan, and I would not suggest something violent to deal with her. Obviously you're here seeking help for a friend. I would not suggest such a thing, but perhaps here you could bring her. I would keep her out of sight and out of mind. Strahd need not be none the wiser, and Vasilka can be his bride, and with any luck, the lands may calm down for some time.
Well, that's a generous offer. I get the feeling our friend, she'll probably not abide by it, but we appreciate the offer nonetheless. Did you say you created Vasilka?
Yes, I did. I've lived in these lands for some time, and I have seen Strahd's cycle. So you might say I know his taste in women as a result of it. Vasilka is a perfect being for Strahd. She is the right hair color, the right complexion, height, build. She is everything that he desires.
And she desires nothing else? Does she have desires herself?
She desires only to do the bidding of her soon-to-be husband. Okay, just checking location of things. Interesting.
So this wedding dress, do you have any leads on how we would seek such a thing?
I have some ideas. Yes, actually. If I'm completely honest, you're not the first that I've asked about this. I actually paid a visit to the Burgomeister a little while ago and asked him to obtain such for me as well. And insofar he's failed. Um, but his wife has proven quite useful, and she's been working to try to find one. She's made several, but so far none of them has quite made the cut. Um, so you might speak to her about that for any leads. Unfortunately, I'm not a tailor. It appears that there are not really any other capable tailors here in Kresk itself. It is a small village, after all.
Okay.
Well,
You mentioned Strahd's cycle. Is there more you could tell us about that?
Well, it is quite well known, at least to those that know, that he favors a certain type of woman, and he's been lord of these lands for some time, and it seems that she herself may be a resurrected soul of another. Um, Perhaps you have seen some Barovians about. They look perhaps not all there. They go about their daily tasks with no fervor, no lust for life. That is because they were born without a soul, and it is quite frequent in these lands. There is, so long as Strahd has ruled, there's only a certain number of souls to go around, and well, the mortal races are so do like their reproductive cycles that the number born do not always equate to the number of souls available. I believe that Valiska here could be a suitable vessel for a particular soul that Strahd seems bound to, which is why I've created her as she is and as she appears.
Out of character here. I'm
Hmm.
getting a really bad feeling for the girl if we bring her here.
oh yeah,
Because he
yeah,
needs her soul.
no doubt. Do you guys have
No
anything else you
doubt.
want to talk to the abbot about?
I'm good. I'm tempted to just back
Yeah.
away slowly.
Well, abbot, we appreciate your hospitality. I'm not sure if you've heard, but we did fulfill a shipment of bringing some wine that was overdue. So I hope you and your people appreciate and enjoy it. Sometimes it's the small things that get you through the hard times.
He says, quite. He says, but you are refusing my deal then?
I think
Not,
we'll need to think on it.
yeah, not necessarily, but we'll have to discuss it amongst our group.
I think we're going to follow up on the lead that you were speaking to.
Ah, very good
And
then.
at least consider looking. Well, if we find ourselves a wedding dress, we'll know a good person to deliver it to.
Well, then I appreciate that. I will uphold my end of the bargain should you return with a dress. I would
Very well.
ask that you do not wait too long. I would wager that many lives hang in the balance so long as Strahd is without his wife.
Hmm. Well noted. We'll keep that in mind.
He says, very good. He says, I will tell the guards to let you come and go as you please for the time. He says, though you will want to stay clear of the mongrel folk. They keep to themselves, and not all of them well. I wouldn't want anything unfortunate to happen. So please do not wander too far.
Understood.
He just kind of nods his head and says, thank you. And He says, if that'll be all, I need to return to my instruction.
I'll bob my head and kind of follow Gideon on out.
Yeah.
All right. So now that you guys have done so, you've kind of gotten what the abbot's putting down. Tally's dancing. Stuck in the grids, I imagine.
I was gonna try to follow, but we're out here now. Let's go.
Fair enough. What would you guys like to do from here? Are you going to follow up on the lead, which you mentioned was the Burgomeister's wife, or head somewhere else?
Let's at least head down and check on Skirp and see what he's
Yeah.
doing.
I peeked down the well on the way out. My cat senses want me to look down the well because I'm curious.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Okay, we
You
have
know what
looked down the
happens.
well. 7 days.
I don't hear any static yet.
No. Okay. Damn it! Where did I put that? Ba-doo-ba-doo. Here we go. Zeb, how?
Uh-oh.
We lost you.
Hello.
Zeb, how?
Mako.
What I heard.
Hello. Zeb, how is your dark vision?
60
The
feet.
darkest. 60 feet. All right.
Let me verify that on my
Okay.
sheet before you read.
Okay.
Yes, 60 feet.
All right. So you're just looking down the well. You see that there is a mongrel folk clinging to the side of the well, about 20 feet down, and you just see these beady, kind of like spider-looking eyes. So there's only 3 of them to one side of the face, looking up at you, and they glow in the dark. And you hear this just kind of like, as you lock eyes with him, you hear this like gentle like hissing.
Hissing,
why?
like a hostile hissing.
You're a cat. All
Uh,
hissing is hostile.
Maybe. I mean, it wasn't there was no sound coming until you looked in.
Like a animal that would be protecting its area, like warning hiss that I'm getting out of it, or like I understand if it only hisses for communication, but I should be able to get some kind of feel for it, right? Insight or something, with my Outlander with wilderness-esque stuff.
Yeah, or survival probably work for it. It's threatening. Like you're in his happy space.
Okay,
His happy space.
that's
Oh, wow.
good enough for me. I will just keep going on. I just want to look down the well. I got my answer. Mongrel lived down there. I mean, I don't see anything blatantly beyond that 20. I get 40 feet behind him, so there's.
You do,
There's-
and there's just more darkness. There might be a bottom to it, but you would need to have a light source to actually see that.
No, that
Yeah, there
that
it is.
cures my cat's curiosity. I'm good.
All right then.
Let's leave peacefully while we can.
Yes, that.
All right, you leave.
He keeps
peacefully
these
while you can.
things everywhere. They're even in the well.
If I see the what'd you call them, mongrel folk?
Yes, mongrel folk.
If I see the guy that was at the gate with us, I'm gonna give him a nice little wave as we leave.
All right,
'Cause he
they'll
was so
be
nice.
actually back at like the.
What's
hanging out by the
that one?
gatehouses.
What's that one to the right?
Which one to the where?
The one that he can barely see that's up here.
Yeah,
You
that
can
one.
you can see in through a window because those are windows in there.
Ah,
You see one kind of poking in. That one will be. Let's see what that one looks like. You see one that looks kind of similar to the one at the gate. He's like wolf donkey-ish, and he's holding like a doll, like a porcelain doll, up to the window, like dancing it in the window when he sees you looking that direction.
Do you guys mind if we leave the long way? I'm curious as what the rest of this place looks like as we leave.
Is that another exit?
I think it'd be best for us to just go.
Is that another exit?
You
Will
heard-
our
you-
party survive to find out? Stay tuned.
Looky. Looky.
All right.
Do I see the garden from here? Because if so, I'll just turn around.
You would see the garden from here, and it looks like there is a neat, like lines of like hedges, kind of being grown up ahead. There's also another like small stone outhouse similar to the ones you guys passed to get in here.
Alright, I would consider that enough, because then I know it's not an exit and it's just a garden.
All right. The as you're walking away, the mongrel folk in the window with the doll snaps off one of its arms and bites it.
I give him like a thumbs up on my way by.
Oh God, don't do that. They might
He
take
breaks
it.
off the other arm and then puts it in his mouth.
Sideways thumb. Like, not so much.
He spits it out.
Back to the thumbs up. See, training via osmosis.
He just starts gnawing on the doll.
Oh, thumbs down.
The armless torso.
Thumbs
of the doll.
down.
You see him throw the doll and it slams a hand.
I could too,
and walks
Kenny.
away.
I could.
You just made an enemy for life out of nothing.
Dude, I'm a cat. A lot of things hate me for life.
All right, so you guys are leaving and going down to the
Yeah, we'll
cresks.
try to catch up with our goblin.
All right, the goblin
Yeah,
is
we
hanging
are-
out.
Once we exit and start the path down, I will raise my voice a little bit and say, "Oh dear Scarp, help us!" Let's see if he comes running.
How
He's
loud?
like on the other side of town, isn't he?
He's down at the base of the mountain.
I would say it loud enough that like not to alert guards,
Oh,
but to
okay, never mind.
hopefully that
Well,
the
not-
700 feet will
yeah,
go.
he's way down here at the other end of town.
I
Yeah, he's
don't
at the
know
gate.
that.
Nope.
Didn't he
not
say
a-
he was going to guard the?
Yeah, he said he's gonna be at the gate.
Oh, I thought he was stopping. I thought he was stopping at like S5's base, waiting there with the donkey, because he came in with us initially and gave out some of the wine to the guards.
That was
The
that
guards
was
were
at
at
the gate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just chilled there.
I came into town with you. I as you went up the hill, I just didn't want to go up there. So
Oh,
Yeah, I thought. Oh, see, he went back to see. So to my knowledge, he's at the bottom of the hill where he stopped. I didn't know he went to the gate. So yeah, I say it, but
is
he
this
probably won't hear it.
undead thing? Is that why you wouldn't go up there? Or is this a racial thing?
I just like playing jokes on the goblin because I'm a cat and it's fun. And he didn't hear it, so it didn't work. I'll be disappointed and have to come up with something better.
Always got to be about race with you guys. You do what you can. Try to show your players what it is to be accepting of odd and strange races, and they just keep bringing it back. Do with you guys.
Okay. So are we going to actually talk to the Burgermeister about this wedding dress thing?
Sure.
Because it
Or
really
you're
did
asking the
feel like-
party, right?
yes.
I have no fucking intention of handing over.
It really did feel like
Irina.
the end of his plan is probably to steal her soul. Like that's
He
where the
didn't-
logical.
He did not say that. Let's
He
be
said
clear.
he has
He
a vessel.
said-
He's looking for a soul that Strahd wants, and that happens to be maybe why he bit somebody because he wants her.
And he said she fits the pattern. It sounded pretty much like that's why he wants her.
You guys are just paranoid.
What we're going
You've
to
been in
do?
Barovia too long.
We're going to check on Skirt, see how he's doing, make sure the guards have enough to drink,
Gideon's
I'd like-
fatal flaw is that he just doesn't trust. So there you go.
and then I'd like to get the hell out of town.
Yeah. Well, yeah. We do need to check on the Wizard of Wine people who were
Yes.
obviously either murdered or kidnapped.
And you know what?
Possibly one and then the other.
I bet Skirt would love to eventually go check out Argon Skull or whatever.
Argon Vost Holt.
That's one. Yes.
How do I remember that?
I don't know.
I'm so glad somebody A remembered it and B pronounced it right. I feel like I've been dropping that since like session 2.
Yeah, you've been saying it a lot with relish,
I do want to go check out Argynvost Told.
but not as much as Mount Gakis or
Mount
whatever it was.
Cacus.
Yeah, Mount Cacus.
Are those the same thing? I forgot
They
what
are
we decided.
not the same thing.
Damn.
So I'd be a fan of meeting up with Skirp and deciding if we want to go to Goblin Land or whatever, the undead paladin people, or if we need to chase down those druids, or other options.
I mean, one is kind of already life and death, and we probably shouldn't have come here first, but
Yeah.
like we went there, found that they were all gone and possibly kidnapped and murdered, and then we looted their house and left.
I mean, not in
Maybe
so
we're
many
the bad
words.
guys.
Not in so many words.
Okay,
We haven't
we'll catch up with
just in some
Skirp
words.
and discuss
We
it.
haven't
among
been
them.
we haven't been here that long, right? So
That's
we
true.
can
You guys haven't
we
been
can
here as long.
we can head our way out of here. Maybe stop by Rudolph's place and talk with him about what the fuck this was, and go from there.
Von Richten.
Mr. Van Richten. Richtenstein.
Richtenstein.
I'm just gonna stick with Rictavio Belmont.
Okay,
That sounds
I'm
good.
okay with that.
Mr. Belmont. Skirp, what have you been up to?
Oh,
Reunited and it feels
no, just
good.
hanging out with my with my new buddies here. You know, this one's name is John, and this one's name is also John.
2 Johns?
Those might actually be the right names.
One of them is in fact named John. The other one shakes his head and says it's pronounced Johann.
Good enough.
Well, no.
Good enough. You and your us and our human name.
And he just looks at you, Johann, and says, uh-huh.
Like, poke the tip of my ear back into my helmet. Yeah, just kind of like I'm gonna sort of edge around, so that sort of like edge around the group, and so that I have my back to the sort of town and the cathedral, and I'm facing the gate. Just
Okay.
like normal things, hanging out, keeping the gate locked down. What'd you guys do?
We went and spoke to the abbot.
Hey,
Do you have additional holes?
No.
That's a little personal, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean that's inappropriate.
More than you started with? Fewer
No.
than you started with?
There were no modification of holes.
Oh,
No holes at all involved.
color me surprised.
Is green the color of surprise?
No, because then I would already be colored surprise. I mean, pink is the color of my skin.
Greetings, fellow humans. It's a fine day to go out and not do non-human things.
Why, hello
So-
there, fellow kids.
It's a fine day to go check out that mountain over there. Like, just see how fine the weather is.
Okay.
Perfect for climbing.
I do think we should check up on the estate of those people that worked at the Wizard of Wine. It's on the way.
And think of it, if you
Is it
save them,
though?
you'll be a hero.
Dude, you could totally
They'll
save
tell
those
stories
people.
about
Oh,
you.
God.
This is what you've been training. What's the
No,
squire's
no,
name?
you're
again?
right. When you're right, you're right. And in this
Kit.
case,
Kilt.
Kilt.
yeah. Where's Kilt, by the way?
He
Training.
is in training with Rictavio.
Yeah, we
Okay.
left him with Rictavio. Oh God.
Here's what we'll do.
Rictavio
Save
left
Ben
him,
and gave him your son.
but Rictavio left him elsewhere. He didn't take him back to the tower.
God, I should have had Rictavio pay a down payment on that kid or something. Like just
Or
like
deposit, have a deposit
Yeah,
in case of damaged goods.
exactly.
You're not
Well,
gonna get that back.
We like these Wizards of Wine people because like their kid gave you the Sun Sword.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. That balances the scale. Okay. Okay.
Only
Wizard
ever
of
so
Wine.
slightly.
Wizard of Wine. Wizards.
All right. No discussion with the Burgomeister then.
No, I think we're gonna we'll think about this wedding dress thing later. Maybe if one of us dies.
So we're gonna go check on WoW.
Yes. The world of wine.
It's a Wizard of Wines.
The world
Get
of
it
wine.
right.
We're off
All
to meet
right.
the wizard.
The wonderful Wizard of Wines. Back to
Roxy the
Barovia.
Wizard.
Actually, let's see. That goes down that way.
You guys
What?
are there. W is the Wizard of Wines, and the footprints led to the south of there. If you're going to travel, it means time for random encounter rolls.
Where do you guys want to go? Did you want to go right back to Wizard of Wines and then down to the Druid Circle thingy down there, or do you guys want to try checking on town first?
I feel like the longer we let this go, the more likely everyone is dead.
Okay, that's fair.
But on the other hand, they're probably already dead.
We don't know that yet.
You
Okay.
can't
But you
see
might
me,
be
but
right.
I'm like kind of weighing my hands back and forth. So yeah, whatever.
What time of day is it?
Let me see. When do you guys get back? It's actually getting on into the day now. It would be dark when you guys got there.
What about if we went straight to town?
It would be darker.
Town's further. How about Rictavio's tower?
You would get there at dusk.
That seems.
There
We
are
have a
murderers
winner!
looking for us.
Whoa.
What is that?
I don't know. I think we got invaded
Nothing?
by red shapes.
That was Gideon doing his hand motions.
The
I-
geometry wars have begun.
I don't even have the paintbrush selected. You can't blame me for that.
I can because it was red, and red is Gideon.
Well, no, red is my character color. You have to choose colors when you go to the paint thing.
Don't mess with my logic. To the tower!
Pick all the colors. Sorry.
Okay, that sounds right to me. And we can ask where the fuck Kilt is. Well,
And Gideon, it's your turn to do the robot.
he disabled that when we were last there, right?
Yes. You guys don't have to do the robot to get back in again.
Aw.
All right.
I'm going to adamantly disagree the whole time, seeing if I can get you to do the robot.
That's it. We're gonna have a dance off when we get there.
Please do that.
I don't have performance. Well, I do, but it's at a
Neither
negative.
do I.
Well, that should be exciting for everybody involved. Okay, since worry about that for right now. Encounter. Let me see here. That would be not quite the right verb conjugation, and
Somebody's got a solid breathing going on there.
Scorpio picking or a fan.
let me roll. How many is that going to be? That's only going to be 2. Do this one too. Okay. The first one, you guys get a little ways out of town. Before the all too familiar rustling comes from the nearby woods.
Oh god, is it more twig blights?
And more twig blights appear.
I just like instinctively already am like starting to pray to my god and be like, all right.
Yeah, I don't even do anything and just look at Tali and wait.
Careful, they
Better
might make
than
a Constitution
shadows.
saving throw at some point.
I couldn't hurt the shadows. That was very frustrating.
How many You know what? We're
What?
just not gonna do this.
Can I shoot them twice with my hand crossbow before they leave the
Look,
bushes?
everybody make an attack roll. If 2 of you hit, this isn't happening. Okay, there's 1. All right. So the twig blights in their infinite wisdom come screaming out of the woods, like barbarian style, like holding like their weird needle things brandished, and you guys just turn around and go, really, and just all like blast them at once. And you're like, and they just disintegrate. You're like, well, no, that was decidedly a waste of time. That's what that was.
We showed him though.
You did. That looks cocked on my screen.
It
Tally,
is.
roll
Hi.
a d100, please.
Oh, now you're gonna blame it on me.
I am. Eight.
That's how many twig blights attack us, because we might actually take damage then.
Yes.
Don't tempt
You guys
him.
would kill like a d6 around, probably. Right, I don't need to be on this map because nothing's going to happen there. Just on the other side of the river crossing at R.
Just around the river bend.
Just around the river bend, I look once more. God damn it, Pocahontas is so good. I'm going to watch that this weekend. It's Skirp's fault. He mentioned John, and I went John Smith. And anyway,
Yeah. take that
there
blame.
is on the other side of the bridge. There's a doll, like propped up against the side of the bridge. Little like, just kind of like it would be the size of a doll. Let's say it's like a foot tall.
This isn't the doll that we
Very big
saw
doll.
being.
Is it similar to the one being torn apart by the thingy that I was trying to train?
You know, oddly enough, this thing is missing 2 arms and has teeth marks in its torso.
Nice. I totally pick it up.
Okay. You have a slightly gnawed upon and armless doll.
That thing
know-
is going to try to kill you in the middle of the night.
I
know-
am going to pay a messenger to deliver it back to the thing eventually.
I know I know a guy you can get a good discount on hands if you want some put back on the doll.
Is it the toy maker?
No,
Skirp has other
it's our
hands.
enterprising young short paladin.
Oh,
happening?
oh yeah, he's good at.
Free market.
Just
They're referencing
trying
the
to
free
help,
market.
just trying to help you get some capitalism going.
Ho. All right. You guys make it to the shores of Lake Baratok and the Tower of Van Richten.
Yay!
You're back. You see a glow of like a stove or a fire or something in the top level of the tower, and you guys know the way to get in. He said that he would disable the wards for you guys to pass as you so needed.
I totally trust him, but I'm going to let somebody else try the door first.
I refuse to try the door until Gideon has done the robot.
I hesitate.
Do you then stop and listen?
And collaborate.
Yes. No. There's no issues.
I
Yes!
performed the
I
robot.
take that back.
Wait a minute.
The ward just.
You could have. You almost rolled a 0.
I could have rolled a 0.
You do that and like somehow you manage to like kick some rocks at the door and everything, and you just see like this head pop out from one of the top doors. He's like, and you see Van Richten. He says, "I told you guys I disabled the wards for you. What are you doing? You look like an idiot." The golems are laughing at you, and they have no souls.
Aw.
The cat just laughs his ass off the whole time he walks in.
I sort of just pat Gideon on the back and just in a little bit of sympathy. I'm just like,
Listen,
"Come
man,
on."
white people can't dance.
Why are you
Back
guys-
to a
who-
race
who
thing.
is-
I know.
Who is making my? Who's screwing with my battle map here?
Skirp really wants to get to Mount Ruckus and is letting us know.
What?
All right, so you guys made it to Van Richten's tower.
Just laying out a battle plan.
I like
Yeah.
how we're swimming a river instead of crossing the bridge.
I like how we just go straight through a forest.
Right?
I'd like to share with Van Richten, like, what the hell's going on with that abbot.
Huh? So he, you kind of debrief him on it, and he's. That sounds
Bad?
kind of. Well, I mean, not. His plan isn't bad. I just don't know that Strahd would go for it. He said he made the woman?
It sounded like some sort of either necromancy or there were a bunch. The weird creatures you refer to seemed like an amalgamation of body parts kind of put together.
And you said he wore a Morning Lord holy symbol?
Made of wood.
Hi. So there's a priest of the Morning Lord who's dabbling in maybe necromancy? That's new. Like he just kind of like sits down and gives you like a huh, that's some shit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Kind of
telling
look.
me. I mean,
Says,
he also
"Well."
claimed my god was dead, but whatever.
What does he
Says,
know?
It is a weird holy symbol for these parts, but I've seen it elsewhere. So no. Your god's not dead.
I'm saying.
He's like, well, that might be a dead end. He says, do you think that this whole wedding dress nonsense is something worth looking into? I mean, it stands to reason that a necromancer could also cast spells over death. So, I mean, if he could save one of you from, death, I mean, it doesn't not make sense. But at the same time, necromancer, he does kind of like, like Kill was saying earlier, like the hand weighing motions. He's like, that sounds a little, but at the same time, you wouldn't be not in the necromancer's favor if you did it. So
I don't think we're taking it off the table, but we have more pressing matters.
it's like it is an interesting thing to speak of. Regardless, he says, what other pressing matters?
The Wizards of Wine.
It's like, yes,
We
find
visited
bins.
incredibly. They've been attacked. The place is ransacked and demolished, and there was no way around.
His eyes just kind of light up, and he says, "Have they? The Vistani will be unconsolable." That's quite odd, if I'm honest. He says, "Have you any inclination on what might have attacked?"
Last we were there, they were beset upon by druids and their twig folk, and stands perhaps to reason that since we dispatched those, perhaps they came back to find those druids be dead. Perhaps there are more druids that came to cause a ruckus.
Interesting.
But I don't know. I'm purely guessing.
Interesting. Says, well, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. The people of these lands don't do too well without their wine. So, if you're going to investigate that, I'm sure a great many people would appreciate it.
Do you mind if we stay here the night before we head out again?
He's like, no, absolutely. There's not much here for comfort, but you're welcome to the safety of the
He
place.
absolutely
regardless.
minds. Is he kicking us out?
No. It's a figure of speech. Don't be that way.
In that case, I'm going to, while we're here, I'm going to spend a few minutes looking over my spells, and I'm going to cast Create Food and Water for everybody.
Nice.
45 pounds of food and 30 gallons of water.
God damn. Why didn't we have
That
this
is
last time? We had to go out
a
and like
lot,
kill.
Because this is
squirrels or
a
something.
3rd level spell.
Oh,
Nice.
It doesn't taste great, but
just around
Are you saying you didn't like hunting with me, Gideon?
I mean, in werewolf-filled forests immediately after being threatened with death by them?
Isn't that what made it fun?
Where's your sense of adventure?
Listen, man, I'm not as good at climbing trees.
Well, not with that attitude.
I can teach you.
Hmm.
Just have to get you some claws.
Wolverine. Wolverine.
Are you coming on to me? Anyway,
Mm.
I do purr.
Gross. Weird and gross.
Nah, ship it.
Eh, All right.
Okay, we're
That's
staying
slash
overnight,
fiction now.
yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
No issues in the evening. You hear some howling in the distance in mid of the night, but other than that, the drab grayness that Barovia calls dawn.
What
comes.
what check could I make to try to pinpoint the direction in which the howling is coming from?
It is coming from the north. I would call it the northwest, the opposite side of the lake from the tower.
Okay.
That's fairly comforting.
That's the best kind of roll I can make.
The not having to roll?
Yep. Information
Yeah,
given.
it's no roll is necessary for that one.
My keyboard is dying, so I'm going to be changing out the batteries. I'm going to be listening, but I won't
Okay.
be able to talk because of push to talk.
Actually, be back in a minute.
Okay,
Uh-oh.
no problem.
You guys want to take like a 3-minute bio break?
Yeah, we
That'd
can
be
do
a good
that.
idea.
All right. Let's. How about on the 50th minute of whatever hour you were in time zone, people? So 4 minutes.
Excellent. Love it.
We are going to take a brief bio break, guys, and we will be back in 4 minutes. 4 minutes.
Ba-ba-ba-boo.
I have returned.
Sorry, it just sounds so. It just reminded me of the dragoons from StarCraft. Whenever you make them, they're like, "I have returned."
Yes, indeed.
I've started playing Path of Exile.
Oh, have you?
Oh yes, I have.
I am sorry that you're joining on a league that is a little rough on the edges, but how are you liking it?
I love playing Pokemon in Path of Exile.
Fair enough. Dude, if you're having fun with it, more power to you.
Need a light.
Right?
Nothing. What's up?
StarCraft references.
Oh, sorry. We were talking about... Yeah, anyways. What sort of build are you doing?
Scion, Vortex Blade.
Oh, nice. That sounds like fun.
Nerds. I mean,
Says the man who was singing Pocahontas.
hey,
Right? You don't have much room to talk.
and everybody takes this much damage.
I deflect it with Let It Go by Frozen.
Oh! Counterspell. Watch out, he plays blue.
I'm using stealth to hide from the DM.
Where is that? Here we go.
The cast Ley Lion Sanctity.
It's my go-to version.
Is it going to be playing over the jukebox?
No, I dropped it in Discord.
Oh, okay.
I will watch that after stream.
It's so good.
I love it when they have punk does pop kind of things like that. There's a YouTuber, well, there's a number of them that do this. One I'm familiar with is Jonathan Young, does a lot of Disney covers that aren't always metal, but he's a good singer.
Did I just see something move? Scarp, are you back?
Yeah.
Okay.
God damn it.
Like, I thought I saw, like, the party flag start moving. I was like, I think...
So, Scarp,
Yes.
do you have your thing, your webcam on? Am I missing webcam papercraft and shenanigans? Okay.
No.
Okay.
It's like, I haven't
Oh,
seen
that
anybody's
party,
webcam
that
tonight.
party flag. I thought you meant like Skirp made a party flag for us. And,
No, not that I'm aware of, anyway.
oh, well. Okay.
All right. So the bleakness of Barovian dawn greets you. That lovely gray shine that it is. And you guys are able to start your day once more. Shall we head you on to the Wizard of Wines direction?
Sure.
I think we're skipping the Wizards of Wine and going straight to the Druid Cove, yes?
Well, I think there are paths leading
it's on
from...
the way.
No ability was set found for test sword.
Whoa.
All right.
That's some stuff.
Whoa.
Looks like some sort of weird Nordish.
Are you a wizard?
Jeff, did
Yes.
you copy and paste that back to me? Or?
No, I clicked test sword, and that's what it
I
did.
also clicked the test sword. It's a button.
We all clicked the button.
No.
My macros are. And by that.
First roll.
Isn't 10 the high five roll?
Let's find
We're
out.
going to start building our own tables.
It is not the high five roll.
Oh.
With
10 is you find a kind of like packed bundle of clothing.
There's going to be a whole clan of really angry werewolves.
This one has a number of black feathers in
Or
the creases.
werebirds.
Again,
I do the same thing with these clothing that I did with the last one.
You steal them and stuff them in Skirp's pack.
You steal them and stuff them in Skirp's pack.
Yes.
You attempt to do so. And as you do, you start kind of sliding it in there, and some force grabs it and pulls it in.
The invisible hand is closed.
But did Skirp notice?
No, Skirp did not notice.
Then it's still a success, even if it's weird.
I think his passive's 15. Is that right, Skirp?
That sounds right.
Right, so that second encounter roll. A mist rolls in, which is, not unusual. Mist is accompanied by hoofbeats.
Mist is usually accompanied by a lot of puzzles that are annoying.
Indeed. However, in this one, a skeletal rider appears as Roy comes tearing through.
I put my hand up. I step off to the
Like-
side. Hand up.
Can
Same deal,
Thunderstruck start playing in the background?
Yes. It can. Roy the skeletal rider comes cruising by, and those that go in for the high five get high fived.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he doesn't have any issues with your party. As we
Yeah, my
well know.
boy, Roy.
All right.
Sweet boy.
This might have a thing. Let's see. Random d20 roll. No modifier. Nope, that was the wrong dice. I lied.
He wants the wrong one that rolls 20s.
There we go. All right, that is going to happen then. All right, gentlemen, I have news for you.
You bring gift?
We've
I
all
bring
died.
gift. And by gift, I mean I don't bring gift. I bring things that howl in the night.
Oh fuck. 15.
15.
15!
Continue fire.
15.
So,
Welcome, boys and girls, to the random battle map.
da-da-da.
You hear howling and rustling from the woods. You guys can tighten up your formation however you so desire. However, it is very clear that these large wolves will be upon you in short order.
Large
And you
wolves
may
is-
roll for initiative. First combat of the night is upon us at last. And I will do my best to find the stat blocks. Tell me, creatures. What is it that you do? And who dost thou do it for?
Hmm.
There
Are
we go.
those really large wolves? Or
Those appear to be very large wolves.
Big wolf.
holy balls?
Big wolf.
Yay, my macro works.
That makes one of us.
Indeed. I made token macros for everything, which are quite neat.
Before Pev gets the chance to kill one of us, I'd like to congratulate us all on making 8 months.
Yay.
Damn.
Floki, Dex mod.
Uh-oh.
3?
Okay, you go first. All right, with cat-like reflexes, Floki McFlokington of Clan McFloki, the first to floke. The large wolves begin their approach on the party.
I meow orders at Gideon to give him advantage on his
How much
first
is
attack,
chicken and liver?
and I shoot one of them. Do I get attack of opportunity or not, or do I get sneak attack from here now? Since I'm acting
Sneak
first.
attack needs to be within 30, correct?
I meant, does the situation allow it due to them not in combat with anybody? Acting first.
They haven't acted in combat yet. So I'll say yes.
It looks like I'm moving forward to get my sneak attack then.
Mainly because I don't remember what that rule is right now. But yeah, it's as long as you're within 30 feet, I'll say it'll be okay for this moment until I decide otherwise, or find otherwise rather.
My little mace thing, shit.
Oh yeah, we'll drag him over here for right now. He's not in
Yeah.
combat until we need him. All right, Floki, do something, impress me. That was not super impressive, unfortunately. The damage was, but you still needed to hit him, which didn't happen, I'm afraid.
Well, that's all I
Anything
got.
else? All right then. What is your movement? Oh yeah, we're gonna close. Yeah, that's half his speed. And he is going to bite. He is going to bite. Dear Floki, with a, what's your modifier?
I
+5.
believe that I can impose disadvantage on this attack.
If you're within 5 feet of Floki, you can.
I am, and I will.
That was too many dice, or too many large dice. The first one is an 8, which is a miss. I'll roll the disad for good measure, but probably won't matter. Making sure I'm doing this right. That should be 6, right? There we go. That's how that works this time. All right, but anyway, the disad will be imposed, and we will miss. Skirp, it's your turn for real.
We did it. We did it, boys.
Pack it up. Done.
All right. Let's take a look around. Oh, they're all over there. All right. I got this. I'm lighting up the torch, the lightsaber.
Shoo. Wow.
Wow.
Probably not.
No dice, I'm afraid.
All right. All right.
This is not going to go well for us at this rate.
Oh, it's gonna go great.
All right, second one. Will come cruising across here. Yep, he's got that speed.
Holy shit.
And he will attack. Oh, damn it. Did it again. 24, and actually I need D6.
Yeah.
Because I messed up my...
Wait. Oh, yeah. So it's supposed to be 2d6?
+3.
Oh, not 2d6 plus 5? Or 1d6 plus 5?
Oh, it did that twice. There's your problem. All right. That macro doesn't quite work the way I wanted it, so I'll go back to my random roll. So it should be, that is 6, 7, for a grand total of 13 damage. Or less than that. No, it's... Math is hard right now. 8 damage, sorry.
Okay.
Gideon, it is your turn.
Okay.
Actually, you did get hit. Strength saving throw, please.
Sure. Hold on 1 second. I gotta pull up my character sheet.
Graceful Boo.
$16.
16 is enough, and you manage to avoid being knocked prone.
Oh, that's nice.
Your turn proper, sir.
Okay. This dude's right in front of me. Yeah. Yeah. And I
He
have
is.
advantage.
Mm-hmm.
The advantage hits.
Okay. For 16 damage, I'm going
Yeah,
to add.
quite mighty.
No, I'm not going to add anything to that. What I am going to do is attack with my second attack.
Okay.
This one is not advantage, but don't. I might use precision. So
Which is a miss, if you so
no, I
care.
will not be using precision.
All right.
And then my third attack.
What?
Yeah. Okay, I
Mad
won't
lad.
be hitting that one too.
So crazy. So many attacks, but it's a miss.
See, I get 2 attacks and then my offhand for crossbow expert.
Uh,
Well, it's not offhand. It's just an extra as a bonus action.
Waffles McGee
That
coming in with some bits.
To make his movement perfect.
Thank you for those
So he
bits.
runs around the outside of the tree and comes up on Skirp.
Skirp. He's our man.
We can't do it.
Arnold, if you have not seen, I've gotten Humble Partner. So if you buy anything from the Humble store, please use my link.
Which means
Sir,
he has advantage.
please and thank you.
ooh.
23 do it for you?
23 is more than enough.
DC 13 strength throw, please, and also 7 damage.
Oh. Strength save.
Yes. Yes. You're okay.
Yeah. 7 damage.
7 damage, though, still happens. Perfect. That's exactly his move.
Nice, Huddle. Nice, dude. Nice.
Get in.
Yes, sir.
I have 2 attacks for you. Well, not 2 attacks. I have a advantage attack against you.
Well,
Thank you,
Alright.
Notoria.
All right, so we'll take the first one. Wow, that's 7. 7 damage and strength save. Tally, you are up as soon as the saving throw goes off.
Oh, baby.
Ooh, baby, I love you.
Wow.
not dragging me away.
Yep, I think you're okay.
Mighty Gideons.
I think you're okay.
Okay.
All right, Tally, go for it.
All right. Well, gonna ask Selune for help, please. Oh, please. Need Constitution saving throws.
Right. Your con is at +2. From everybody, right? Within 30?
Mm-hmm. All the baddies.
Looks like we got 1 success and 3 failures.
That's right.
We'll
Also
call the
known as the name
success
of our
the
party.
topmost.
I need to put my DC in that thing. So there's some damage.
So they take 15.
Yep.
Is it half?
It's half on the fail or on the success. Sorry.
All right, and then these take 15.
How they look?
Like they're still standing.
Okay. I'm going to also summon my spiritual weapon. The Mace of Luna comes back.
think you have control over that.
Where is it? Oh,
It's right next to you right now.
I do not, sadly.
I think we need to
by
save
Cap.
our
Save.
tokens the
Okay.
next time.
Try that.
Ah, there we go. Cool. I'm going to create it. If I put it something like here, is this going to provide flanking opportunities for?
Is flanking even a thing?
Oh, I guess it's not for you because that's only because of you don't have sneak attack, right?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
But over here, maybe.
Flanking isn't a thing really in 5th
Yeah.
edition anyway.
It's
As
just
long as
easy.
anybody is in combat with it, I get sneak attack.
Okay,
Ah.
I'll then I guess it doesn't really matter where I put this guy. So
I miss
I
my
guess
+2s.
right in front of me is fine. Casting that spell, baby. So
I missed damage since somebody else took 7 damage, right? Who did that?
Me.
I
I've
Script took.
taken. Oh,
A lot of people took 7 damage. Most recently was Gideon.
I'm at 29.
So I'm gonna cast spiritual weapon.
Yep.
And have it try to smack the guy in front, the one that we've been hammering on, that Gideon's been fighting.
This one. Okay.
Uh-huh.
We have a hit, and it goes down with a yelp.
Yay.
Nice.
Floki, a mace appeared just next to you and took a swing. Not at you, as it turns out. Not at you.
I meow stuff at Skirp to give him combat advantage in his next attack.
Excellent.
And I stab the one in the face that I am in melee combat with. It's actually 2 of them, so to the north. To the north!
To the north.
I'll send the right
Because we are in melee, I am drawing the rapier.
That is a hit.
That is it.
Significant damage. All right. Direwolf will give you the ring in return. $17 AC.
Yar, Skirp doesn't impose disadvantage, or is that one time?
Skirp is imposing disadvantage.
Scus needs to pay attention.
I was paying attention. I was
Not
about
the
to say
game.
it.
Very well then. Does a 16 hit your AC?
Yes.
All right.
You're welcome.
12 points of damage. Strength saving throw, please. Prone. Prone for the Floki. Skirp. That wolf just pulled Floki off his feet.
I got him. All right. Against the north one. Hang on. Against the north one at advantage.
Both are hits. And it
Whoosh.
takes 12 radiant, which is mighty. It's still up, but you freaking leaned into it.
It's a good thing I get 2 attacks this level.
That's a hit. And it goes
Nice.
down in sweet flame. Vibrant.
And I'm going to move. Is this
That wolf is
mace
still.
something?
Yeah,
That's
it's
mine.
a spiritual weapon. Moving down there will provoke.
Moving to where I moved doesn't, right? Because I'm moving within his threat, not out of.
Yeah, I don't think you're disengaging.
But if I move out of his threat, then it would provoke. However, we're playing this thing in character, right? So
Yes.
Skirp, being the goddamn hero that he is, we'll come down here.
Standing over that guy.
Getting the shield out for some mad protection.
He mounts
Alright,
the
this
dead
one's dead, right?
corpse and
Yeah,
starts
that one's
fighting from atop its head,
Alright.
defending Gideon.
Doing that way will definitely provoke.
Yep.
19 is a no, right?
Correct.
Think
What
you're
is that
21?
AC? 20.
All right.
God damn.
Wait. Does your armor actually go?
It does. It does. You know. It's just...
It has like whistle holes every time an attack goes by. It whistles like a Nerf ball.
Go for it, Gideon. You're up.
Okay. I'm gonna roll this. I'm
Yes,
Yeah.
that is a hit.
gonna roll again.
Also a
And-
hit.
Did that kill him?
Yes, it did.
I will fire my last shot at the other one.
Who's now thinking about what he has done in his life as he becomes
Hot
pincushioned.
damn.
And wow, you guys are rolling like champs tonight.
That was some good rolling.
All right, desperation, and he will go for the target that is prone on the ground, but with no advantage. And will miss, I'm guessing. Against Floki, correct? Floki, what's your AC?
Sorry, 14.
Okay. Then that is in fact a miss, and it is Tally's turn.
But I am prone, so maybe you don't get my dex bonus, and if that's the case, it's a lot less.
No,
actually,
it's just
you're
that he gets double if he's in melee range, right? Or
Which he
he gets advantage, that is.
18 would definitely get me.
Six damage, and you're still prone, so it doesn't matter. Go ahead, Rap.
All right. So let me explain what I'd like to do, and then maybe you can help me work my way through what will work rules-wise. My goal is to help Floki stand up. And I would also like to provide him some ability to sneak attack. So,
Won't Floki just stand up on his turn,
well,
which is next?
would he provoke?
No, I don't think so. As long as he doesn't step out of the range.
But that would be his
Yeah.
action.
That would be
it's
half
his
half
move.
Half his
Half
speed.
his-
Oh. Well, you can stamp on your own?
Yeah, prone is
Oh,
not
okay.
amazing in this game.
Oh,
I mean-
okay. My bad.
Basically just one round.
Well, I'll still move the mace, like, over around this guy and have it do a thingy. Where is the attack that I want to do? It's this one. Aw. That seems bad.
I feel like he probably has more than 12 AC.
It does have
guessing
more than
so.
12 AC.
Alright. Then
I need you to never have a spell longer than that, Rap, because it fits perfectly on screen.
It's a little bit longer.
okay.
My
I can
God.
probably cut that one down because it has a lot of flavor.
No, the flavors. I mean, no, literally, that's perfect. It fits the entire area. There's nothing cut off. It's like perfect
Oh.
fit.
I'm
Then I,
missing about
then
a
I should
third
not
of it.
cast Glyph of Warding because that has a long description. I will also do the old standby Sacred Flame. So I'll need a
Alright.
Dex saving throw,
Oh shit.
but
Sacred
it's upgraded.
I need something that does like int damage because everything seems to be dumb in this game.
Including this.
Cats, could you maybe
Not
not
int
right
damage,
now?
but int DCs, int saving throws.
Everybody's trying to make me crazy.
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
It's okay.
That's what I kind of figured. Okay, I'm going to then, with my move action, step up and engage.
All right. Floki, it is officially your turn once again.
Why did you roll a 20 plus 2? Yeah, crit? That looks painful.
Dex saving.
Okay. I'm gonna stand up and poke it in its eyeball and hope not to die.
Okay.
It's a good strategy.
Hope not to die ball.
Mm.
That is a hit, and also turns out to be the remainder of its hit points.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Perfect.
And you guys have succeeded in
Oh, I totally
getting
skinned those
rid
things. Come on now, I'm a hunter.
of the menace.
Those are trophies.
All right, let's have a survival check then.
I want to make 4 werewolf cloaks for my entire squad.
I'm gonna use my second wind before we really leave
Sure.
combat.
You want 4 of them?
Just one.
Oh, my bad. I just assumed 4 because 4 bodies. I'll stop.
Nah, I'm just gonna make you do it once. Da-da-da-da.
I mean, can I just take my passive then and take my time? 15?
Your passive survival.
Yeah, my passive survival.
20, man. Oh,
You're
15.
actively there, but take 20. There's penalty for failure. So
Can you take 20 in 5th edition? If so, yeah, totally, 25.
yeah, but there's penalty for failure, so you can't. Such as if you hang out
yeah,
long
take
enough to
20
do
is like-
this.
yeah. If there's no downside, you can just keep doing it forever. They
Yeah.
just assume you took a 20. But
Ah.
But there's
if you failed this, you would ruin the skins. You have to roll.
exactly.
I got you. Well, I'm trying to make sure I savor enough of the skin to make 4 cloaks for my entire party.
There is not. There with an 11, you can get 1 hide off of this, but it will take you the better part of like half an hour. To skill
Once I realize it's not going to work, I just stab one in the eye out of rage and move on.
Fair enough.
Well, do we want to take a short rest or are we good?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to take a short rest, you could totally do that during your short rest.
How are people doing?
I've only used my second wind.
Look,
Just meant for, like, good
host.
dice. Who wants
Welcome
good
to
dice?
chat,
Oh.
everyone.
I healed up basically to full.
I can also do some healing if that's helpful.
We just got raided with 11 people from Swift Mike. Thank you, Swift Mike.
Noise.
Cool. All right. So short, yay, nay. Moving on with our lives.
I don't need it.
I'm at 15 of 33, FYI. I'm sorry. I can use whatever those things are called.
Zeb, I'm now at 42 HP.
I will. I can tend to your wound. Oh, are we just gonna take? Oh, if we want to do a short rest, we can do that.
Yeah. Are you guys resting or no?
Yeah, we're taking a short rest.
Okay.
All right,
I
you're
think
taking a short rest.
now
Short
that
rest it
somebody's
is.
taken a hit
Yeah.
die, it's pretty
We short rest.
I thought we already agreed on that. My bad. If not,
totally fine with me.
All right. Short rest it is.
I used to. Probably gonna heal myself on top of it because that's garbage.
I'm going to use this roll for the short rest because I think it's amusing.
Oh.
While you guys are sitting here resting, just kind of like milling about the area, you find a headstone.
Just a headstone?
Yes, like a grave.
With our names on it.
Nope, but it does appear to be intact, other than the fact that there's no engraving on it. It's just blank.
Oh, good, because Gideon would have had trouble reading it anyway.
Skirp,
But
will you go read that gravestone to me?
What?
Such a dick.
Wait, hang on. You saying that somebody wrote on a stone? Oh.
Skirp, you're aware of what writing looks like,
Yeah,
even though you can't read it.
yeah. I just didn't expect to see it here. Like,
No, but this
which-
isn't in the gravestone.
Which is exactly that you don't see anything here.
The joke was that he was
written.
trying to make you read something that wasn't there.
You go over and examine it, and it's like, wait a minute, this is blank.
It's like, wait a sec. Wait a sec. All right, we're cool though.
All right. Other than that, no issues. One more roll until the venery. I feel like we've already had a 15. No, we haven't. All right. Just before making it to where the winery is.
All right, just
There's
before you tell us
corpse.
whatever it is, okay. We always get tagged right before this winery. It never fails. We get some type of encounter right there.
Well, whose fault is that?
We should be extra careful next time.
You find what appears to be a corpse torn apart by some sort of large creature. There are bite marks and stomach's been torn out and all sorts of gross viscera.
This
As
doesn't
with the
happen to be
other
same-
three, we burn it, right? That's
this
the
doesn't happen-
thing.
Oh, okay. We did burn the other corpses. Never mind.
I'm okay with this.
I think we
Oh
found a
no,
corpse here.
we carried one, and then we were told to burn it, and then we've been burning it ever since.
Because nobody likes us bringing in corpses, which I guess I don't blame them, but yeah. Cremation is a valid way.
I mean, I have like no survival skills, but is there any way to tell what got him?
I can try.
Something big and likely with teeth. Survival would definitely at least get you some kind of inkling. Unless you roll a 7, in which case you're just like, no, there's enough
Dude,
things
I have a
here.
+5, and I can't roll a decent survival all night. It's like the third roll, and like 11's my highest, or some shit.
I trust Floki's opinion that it was twig blights.
Look, a host. Welcome to chat, everyone.
Take a man.
Just got another host for 6 viewers. Thank you, Trozajet. Appreciate that.
It like after you say
My
twig
God,
lights,
we're
I
famous now.
kind of like I almost snap my fingers and just like flames already are like showing up in my right hand.
Is it your red right hand?
I try to time his sacred flame with my own, so it's like dual power.
Dude, can we like Kamehameha this shit if they show up again?
Oh god, we're gonna end up with a goddamn light show, aren't we?
Yep.
Hilt playing,
You're
guitar.
goddamn right.
Man, someone's got to be on pyrotechnics. Everybody know. Come on. You're gonna have a band. That's just how it works.
Does anybody have anything else they want to do with the corpse or examine before I
Nope.
give it a
I
proper
don't want to do
send-off?
anything to the corpse. Thanks
I'd
for
ask.
asking, though.
Look, trying to be open-minded. You know, strange land.
Open-minded about what?
Whatever.
All right.
Don't worry about it. I'm gonna go burn it.
All right. You guys burn it. To the ground. Scene change.
Oh shit, son.
My arch
This is-
nemesis.
Way up
It's
here.
a really underdeveloped winery.
You're getting,
No,
you're getting
this
clicked.
is the place south of the winery where the tracks led off to.
Yep. And you see this massive opening that leads up to a hill. And on top of that hill, you see like some sort of like rock mound kind of formation, maybe like a statue or something. You aren't quite close enough to know what it is from where you are. The trail leading from the Wizard of Wines leads through the thick woods to a hill covered with dead grass and a cairn of black rock. Dark, ominous clouds gather high above, and a single bolt of lightning strikes the hilltop. West of the hill, the land, the woods, and the sky vanish beneath a towering wall of fog. There are the arrows again represent elevation change, and the hill climbs from down where you guys are at about 100 feet up to a total of 400 feet up. You see that there are these like rock piles surrounding it on each of like these kind of like terraces.
How tall is the tree on the corner?
Who? Did somebody black that out?
Nope.
Nothing here.
What?
You would have to be higher up to see that tree. It's effectively like on top of that hill, hill that's 400 feet up, and on the other side of.
Holy shit, that is
These
an
rock
extremely
currents and
steep
stuff.
climb.
Yeah.
Ooh. I'll go for it. Yeah.
All right.
I'm-
Are
I'm
we
up-
gonna try to stealth our way up there? We're gonna be sneaky.
I'm gonna try.
I can stealth my way up there and likely make this climb pretty easy. I'm going to give my blessing to this goblin since he said he's going to try to be stealthy.
Okay.
All right. What is
Let
that?
me-
What does that amount
Yeah.
to?
I think it's advantage on stealth for an hour. Let me check to be sure.
Which
Oh,
means
yeah.
he gets regular stealth.
Yeah. Like it's at this point, given my equipment and pack, I would safely call what I'm doing lugging, and lugging and sneaking.
Now
are
I'm
words
the
not
problem.
often seen
No, I'm the stealth problem child.
in the same sentence. Yeah, extra sneaky.
Yes, I give you an advantage on a stealth check.
Yes, and that brought him
That
from
makes
a
him
disadvantage
to
to a
not have
normal
disadvantage.
So, are we all trying to sneak our way up there?
roll. Might as well make it a
Oh.
group thing.
Oh,
All right.
boy.
As you
Well,
climb these concentric circles that wrap the whole place, you see mounds of rock, and 2 dirt trails run along these concentric rings of cairns that encircle the hillside. Each cairn is 10 feet high, and just piled with these slimy black rocks. So you have like these. I don't know why that's got things in it. Oh, because I clicked on somebody's. You see the trails though, right? Generally. Whoop.
Sure.
Wrong layer.
like, yeah, circular trails
Yeah.
along the elevation line.
Yep, exactly.
I'd like to point out that the person with
Sorry.
disadvantage rolled the highest.
Totally screwed up the
Mm-hmm.
mappy there. So you can continue all the way up the hill, or you can take the trails along the side. Your choice. But otherwise, you are not the stealthiest party.
Since I have a climb speed, I was going to climb.
Climb, like what? Just ignore the trail and climb up the side of the hill.
Like this isn't mountainous, it's just steep.
Steep, yeah.
Although your climb speed would be good in trees.
It's not
Right.
not necessarily something worth climbing unless you're gonna climb a tree. Yeah.
I think he was originally planning on climbing like this tree to try to see,
Yes.
see what's on top
So
of
I can
it.
see what's up here as like a scouting report type thing. That's why I asked how tall that tree is.
No. It is not 400 feet tall. I can tell you that much.
God, 400 feet in that few squares is really steep.
Well, the map scale is actually 50-foot squares,
Oh,
so it's much steeper than that. But in terms of showing the map, or not as steep, but so it's a gentler climb than that. But you can see that that's actually
so we could make a much gentler climb by going like off this trail and going along. You're saying?
kind of. But I mean, the tree will give you a little bit of elevation, but probably not enough. You can see. I'd say you could probably see at least part of the top of the hill, but you still wouldn't be able to see what was behind it, just because of how
And-
line of sight works.
And the tracks, like the giant footsteps and stuff, are still leading this way.
They lead straight up the hill.
All right, party. What are we doing?
I guess we're going up.
Go straight on up.
Follow the trail. Follow the yellow brick road.
Right.
Pushing on, pushing on.
You guys push on.
Clank, clunk. I've got 4 or so different metal pieces that are clanking together, and with 2 hands, I'm able to hold one of them down.
So there's 3 left clinking.
Tell us when to stop.
Oh, sorry.
Nothing yet.
God, Skirp's like, I'm just gonna
Skirp.
rush 300 feet away.
Stop.
Hammer time.
Drop. Shut him down. Open up shop.
Gideon.
Yes.
Long have I waited. A voice in your head. For one who is worthy. It continues. My spear hungers for blood. Retrieve it and rule these mountains in my stead, just like the mighty warriors from the early days of the Whispering Wall.
And I'm the only one who hears this clearly.
Everybody else is just still cruising along. They haven't reacted yet. Skirp, I will deal with you in a moment, but don't go any further than that.
God, that's threatening.
The voice is in your head, but it's kind of sounds like it's coming from over here.
I'm not curious like a cat, but I am curious enough.
You do feel drawn to it.
I would like to go check this out.
And you hear the voice again going, yes, here.
Gideon.
It is here. Move the stones.
Gideon.
All right. I'll start shifting stones, totally ignoring Tally, who's whispering at me. It is stage whisper, much louder than she thinks.
All right. You see Gideon just start pulling these rocks off of this thing. Eventually, you see a haft of some sort of weapon start to appear.
Ooh.
The voice continues, take it. It is yours. You will be my avatar in these lands.
Okay, now
Gideon.
that sounds a little less.
I'd like to try to interrupt him from proceeding.
Can
So
this help me defeat Strahd?
Pretender to my throne.
Just is Strahd.
That's the only
Pocket
answer it gives
Gideon's
you.
in. He'll grab at.
Tally
pull.
Dex. Saving throw. See if you can intercede in this.
Oh,
Pretty
shit,
good.
son.
You manage to get a hand around his wrist as he grabs hold of the haft of this weapon.
Gideon, what are you doing? What is this?
I'm hearing a voice who can help us.
What voice is this?
I mean,
Whose voice?
he mentioned something about the Whispering Wall. Do I know anything about the Whispering Wall?
You do not.
Do I know
Well.
anything about the Whispering Wall?
He hasn't said anything to you about the Whispering Wall.
Oh, sorry.
Well,
I thought.
No, I was actually saying
Oh, okay.
he said something about a Whispering Wall.
Is there a knowledge check I can make for that?
Yeah, you could try that. Let's call that history. Is that history on here?
Local, maybe?
I'm in
There is
Pathfinder
history.
in my head for some reason.
There is history.
Yeah, do history. That'll work.
-1.
You guys want to play Pathfinder after we're done with this?
I mean,
Pathfinder 2nd edition.
I'm down
Once they
for
release the rule set.
Tabletop.
No, it's probably a local legend. Like you can definitely file that away for later, and like once you find like a library or something, you could probably look it up. It would definitely have no
Assuming
problem
Skirp doesn't
remembering
blow it up.
what you were told. So yeah, so long as you know Skirp isn't anywhere nearby and knows that you're trying to use books for knowledge. But it doesn't ring a bell. And unfortunately, this is one of those things that like because you're not from Barovia, you just don't
Mhm.
have a way of knowing. But you can certainly look it up, and I'll say you can pay that check forward doing so with a proper resource later on.
Gideon, what are the odds that a weapon calling to you wants nothing of you in return?
If it'll help me kill Strahd, it's probably worth it.
Do we know it's not Strahd tricking you?
At this
Who's
point,
voi-
I don't think he would need to trick us to defeat us.
So, hand is still on your hand, holding it, but
Calculate probability.
the goblin has
rolled a
calculated
20.
the probability.
He's done the math.
Just call it down from the mountaintop. Pour!
Well,
I'm just saying.
just be careful. And I let go of his hand.
All right, I'm going for it.
All right, you grab it and pull out a haft, and as it comes out, you get a spear, and the voice says, "Good, it is yours. Kill your enemies and drink their essence."
Okay, now that's sounding a little vampire-y.
Not
The vampires
quite.
drink you before they kill.
You have now, if you can see this, I assume,
Yeah.
Yep.
you now have the blood spear of Kavan.
Oh, that's like the best blood spear.
Holy shit, that is pretty cool.
It's effectively a +2 weapon, but for only you, since Kavan chose you to wield it.
Very cool. Is there like a stat block for it, or is it just the?
It is. I have to actually pull up the stat block.
No problem.
Real stat block for it, but it is a +2 spear. And if you drop someone to 0 hit points, you gain 2d6 tempies.
Spears wouldn't happen to be finesse weapons, would they?
I don't believe so.
Be what, sorry?
It's finesse weapons. Ranged, thrown, versatile. No.
I think only monks can treat them as finesse weapons.
It's probably true. No, it's not. Darn's ancient fortress.
Multi-class.
Sounds like it.
Apparently, it is. It's a spear with a +2, so it's a +2 spear effectively.
Okay.
That with the 2d6 rider on it, and that's the only difference.
That beats the crap out of what I got, I think.
For melee, yes, it's Kavan, not Kevin.
The Avers spam channel has the stat block for you, Kildrith, if you need it. I just put it in there.
Okay.
So whatever spears do, d8 or something probably.
D6 one-handed, D8 two-handed.
There you go. So yes, and then the voice just fades after that.
Very nice.
All right, for those of you up yonder, the Druid Circle. Atop the hill is a wide ring of black boulders and smaller rocks collectively form a makeshift wall enclosing a field of dead grass. Lightning strikes the edge of the ring from time to time, illuminating a ghastly 50-foot tall statue made of tightly woven twigs and packed with black earth. The statue resembles a towering, cloaked man with fangs. Zeb and Skirt, both. Roll for me a D100.
Nailed it.
Hold on a sec. All right, Floki. Would you like to roll them, or do you want me to?
Okay.
All right, roll 8d10.
Oh.
Whoa.
That's a couple.
A lightning bolt, those that have been hitting along the outside, strikes Floki.
Oh,
Ha!
fuck.
Sucker. Should have rolled low.
And you should have rolled low. And you take 39 points.
30.
Oh! I like how I'm the
Uh,
tin can and
Yeah, no. Goes after the one covered in fur and leather, and it's like,
Did the Wrath of God just kill our
That rapier
cat?
just lightning rodded him.
I think this is called streamer bad luck. That's 2 characters that I've killed now.
no,
Well, no, he's
you
not
have
dead.
streamer RNG.
The
You're not
damage,
dead, you're
the
down.
leftover damage has to be more than your health to kill you outright.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
it wasn't that
your
much.
max hit points are 33, so it would have had to have been 66 to kill you.
So he's only halfway.
Which it could have done. Thank you, 8d10. Thank you for letting me roll my death.
Yes, it could have. Well, then it's off of me. You chose your own fate.
man, that would have been
So I
incredible.
told
I'm
Skirp to stop
assuming-
walking.
Wow.
Just.
Ah,
Where was the imposed, disadvantage there, Skirp?
Else. Right. Tried to throw myself in front of it. Just didn't work. Just
Meow.
Jump in front, Mr. President.
So he's down, like Skirp. You see this massive just behind you, and you look around, and there's Floki laying in a crater, a smoking crater.
God. All right. I immediately abandon any of the wariness that I had and go running to his aid. How well do I know how to medicine? The answer to that is not. So, here you go, buddy. Here you go, buddy.
Well, that's one death save. So you're okay
So-
so far.
So, hip bone connected to like shin bone? Is that right?
The cash
Yeah,
bone.
and then Skirp tries to start helping, and it makes it worse and forces you to make another death saving throw.
Did we hear this? Like,
Yes, you
Wait,
guys
crash?
saw this like crash happen basically right on the path. So
All
while
right.
you didn't see that it hit anybody, it was close.
Oh, you heard that
We-
it hit somebody.
We gotta go.
I'm just up there, I'm like, he's
we're gonna
down!
book it, or at least Gideon is gonna book it towards whatever's going on. And we're gonna find Skirp standing over a nearly dead corpse of our friend.
It's a good thing I took all these healing spells, right?
God damn it, we're gonna have to go help the abbot so he'll revive Floki.
Hey, Abbott.
Enough time passes before they
Okay.
get there that Zeb, you must make yet another death saving throw.
Are you kidding me?
Okay. I
And-
like to. Okay.
Just in time before he makes his final one, the medic shows up. Oh, but Skirp helps as well.
Yes.
Things not killing.
Got
us,
it.
man. Okay. I'm
Excuse
going
me.
to approach. I'm going to approach Floki. Do I get zapped?
Roll a d100.
Do I have to?
You've crossed into the danger zone. You're okay.
Okay. I immediately cast Cure Wounds.
Okay.
Ow.
You
Or
alright?
should I say, meow?
Oh,
Dude, you start
Just
making
put
cat
him right back
puns.
through the hole.
He's so good.
I have something for this.
Oh no.
No, go about your business.
Me, ouch.
You alright?
Nope.
You remember what happened?
Nope.
Well, you just got struck down by somebody's god.
First god that comes to my mind that is notorious with lightning, I curse them, and then I'll roll religion if you'd like, because I can't think of one.
All right, I got nothing.
Yes, I curse a lightning god, knowledgeably so. I can't survive anything. I can't be sneaky like I'm supposed to, but when it comes to my dad's lessons, I sure as hell remember those.
As you're up here, you guys are able to have like a much like better view of kind of this whole surrounding area, including this massive like fog wall that surrounds it. Kind of like the edges of the map, you can see where it's much like wider off onto like the western side of the map. And as you look off into it, you see a white fortress on a hill above a great city. The city appears to be distant, maybe a mile away. And the fog kind of obscures all the extra detail, but you're fairly certain you can hear the echo of a church bell.
Hang on, is that all of us, or was that one of us?
Anybody that's up there looking out.
What direction?
West.
West?
Yeah.
I think you mean southeast.
False. I mean west. You guys came from north.
They came
Make this
from the north.
easier. Whoop. That should be a crap. God damn. Whatever, it just went away. But it's over here where I'm pinging.
Ping again, because I'm not saying anything.
Oh, I might be on the wrong layer. How about now?
Ah, yes, I see that ping.
Out there.
And this doesn't count me because I'm not up there yet, right?
Right.
And when I say yet, I mean I'm not coming up there because I've seen what just happened. And I don't like Floki enough to go check on him.
Fair enough. All right, now that you're up here, what will you do? The lightning continues to crash around, but it seems like it's missing the group again, like it's hitting the outside area around the mist wall.
The hell is this thing again? It's like how tall is this thing?
It is a statue. I will read to you again. It is a 50-foot tall statue made of tightly woven twigs and packed with black earth. It resembles a towering cloaked man with fangs.
Can I think of if that's like a deity or something?
No, but
Or does it
upon
seem
gazing
like
on it,
more-
you've seen this visage before. It's clearly meant to be a representation of Strahd.
Smash it! Smash it!
Said it's made of twigs, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Does it? Oh, is that a thing? Yeah, that's a spell or not? Does it seem magical? Is that a spell? I forget.
Like detect magic or something like that.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember if that's even something I have. Oh, it's like first level.
I don't know if you have it, but it is a thing.
Is a thing. It's like I might have it. What does it do?
No, that won't work because poking you with this spear would be like attacking you with a spear.
Yeah, but then Tally heals him back to full once it hits 0.
Some sort of perpetual
Not back to
HP
full, but,
engine.
you know.
Oh, so you're saying drain Floki has like a hit point battery?
Yeah, as long as he's got
Yep.
like 1 HP, I can stab him again
Get
to get
2d6.
2d6.
It has to take the target to 0 hit points.
So does this spear
Right.
come back to me if I throw it, or do I have to go retrieve it each time?
You have to go retrieve it.
Ugh, that makes it a lot less useful to me.
Yeah, sure. I'll cast detect magic. Why not?
Sure.
That's a thing. And I'm particularly looking at the giant statue.
Yes.
Pings yes.
It does ping, yes.
I can use it to see a faint aura around it, and learn its school of magic, if any.
It is just magical. It doesn't belong to a specific school. If I'm gonna say any, it's gonna be probably transmutation. I'm looking at it.
I'll share with the group that this statue definitely has magic coursing through it. Can I detect like intensity?
Say that again?
Can I detect the intensity of the magic within it?
Yeah, it's actually quite powerful.
Does it? Okay. There's quite a bit of power within this idol. I kind of want to burn it down.
Okay, hang on. If we're burning down super
Okay.
powerful magic idols, which I'm all for, let me just.
Do I hear? No, they're like 200 feet away, right?
Well, where?
Alright, I'm ready!
Yeah.
Skip goes running by.
Gonna follow.
I heal myself twice while I'm standing here. Hopefully she doesn't start this ritual
No.
until
I'm not
after
gonna,
I'm outside the
I'm
circle.
not just like. I'm not the pyromaniac that you make me out to be.
Well, it's not.
But I'm curious enough that I'm gonna stay by and watch.
Welcome
Do you
to chat,
think-
everyone.
I mean,
Curiosity kills the
it
cat
looks like
again.
Strahd, yeah.
It does.
7
It
more
actually-
viewer
yes,
hosts from the
I'm
Cool
kinda-
Eagle.
the
Thank you very
scope
much,
is now run
Kegel.
away. I only have Floki really to talk to. It looks like Strahd. It's very powerful magic. Made
But
of
is that?
wood.
But are they paying homage to Strahd, or is this like a voodoo doll?
Do you want to try to? Well, in either way, if I set it on fire,
I was gonna say I can't imagine that Strahd would leave something a voodoo doll unprotected. And I realized
that's his one weakness.
this isn't unprotected. You took 8d10
first
damage
Horcrux.
just walking towards it.
I am okay with you burning it now that I'm outside of the circle, and I agree that you should. I want to watch it burn. I just want to watch it burn from over here. I'm curious. I've just
Okay.
been zapped one too many times.
I'm gonna use my sacred flame, and I will light it on fire.
Look,
Alright.
a host. Welcome to
Start
chat,
rolling
everyone.
2d6 until I tell you not to.
Another host coming in from Old Man Meredith. Thank you very much, Old Man Meredith, for the host.
Nice. Welcome to Jurassic Park. Keep going.
Are you just going
It's on now.
Jurassic Park? Well,
Yeah. So that's
'cause-
10, 19.
I can ramp it up. We can go Super Saiyan on this.
Keep
I'm
going.
just kind of going like super slow, like it kind of slowly trickle its way.
It's like staying on fire, and this is just it, like
We
burning
really should,
itself
like,
down.
Put a bunch of bundles of wood around it.
Alright, one more should do
and
it.
then left.
And
God damn it!
it finally like starts collapsing, like from like into ash and burning. And as it finally does, this green, like glowing green gem tumbles out of it.
What?
And,
Running
and
back
just
up
like
the hill.
You don't
kind
see
of
this
just, like,
shit.
clinks across the ground and rolls to your feet. It's about the size of a fist.
I still have detect magic. Is it?
A tally fist or a skirp fist?
A tally fist.
Oh, sucks for you.
Skirp doesn't have bigger. Never mind.
I still have detect magic up. Does it ping magical?
Yes, and it pings. It's the source of magic that you saw before.
Okay.
It has the exact same properties.
I kind of kick it with my foot first.
It just kind of
poke
it
at it.
rolls. It rolls like a foot away upon
Okay.
kicking it, but otherwise
Oh.
it just comes to a rest again.
Okay, I'll pick it up.
All right, you have
Really
a
confused.
bright green glowing gem of mostly unknown magical property.
Sick.
Okay.
How do I make
Okay.
it more known?
This one's actually going to be a mystery until you figure out what it is. It's not necessarily like a magical item. It is, but it's not like a weapon or like a gem of resistance or anything like that. This one's going to take a little bit more like investigation to figure out what it is.
Is this the
So it's a
Allspark?
plot device, not an item for us to use.
Do I stick this? Do I stick this in
Maybe.
Optimus Prime's chest? Is that
Yes.
what happens?
Yes.
Maybe.
Okay. We just need to find Optimus Prime.
I think we stick
I
it
have Optimus Prime.
into Skirp's chest to stop the necromancy that's taking over, and we'll call him Iron Skirp.
I
Um,
am Iron
Iron
Skirp.
Yeah, because that's what
Yes.
Skirp needs is an arc reactor.
Yeah.
You guys.
I mean, he already has the power armor suit.
Yeah,
or
right.
less. Okay.
Okay.
All
I'm
right.
curious.
So I'll
like,
call down to everybody. Say I think we should be okay without the lightning now.
Wait, you just killed the thing that was holding the magic. You didn't destroy the magic. I thought the idea was to destroy the magic thing.
No, magic. Why would we destroy the magic thing?
Do I?
Well,
can I
isn't that
send-
why she wanted to destroy the statues? Because it was.
destroy it because it was Strahd.
It was a-
Oh.
I guess my intuition was that I don't know if there's a way I can back this up with in character. Like, can I detect if it's it was definitely the
Divine
source?
Inspiration.
Yeah. I mean, I do have guidance, but as a spell.
It is the source of like the transmutation magic that you've sensed from the statue.
Right, but like do I feel like I have since severed it from its original intention within the statue? Or does it seem unclear?
Religion check.
Okay, I have an environmental question here. Like,
Sure.
the footprints and the tracks that we've been following, did they go through and out the other side, or
Yep,
did they
up
stop in
over
there?
the mound and through.
Okay, I was a little worried that the giant Strahd statue had been what was making the footprints.
Telly, it's like ritualistic in some way. Like that might have been like the catalyst for something. But given like that there was no reaction from it, you either stopped it before it was put into use, or it was already put into use, and you just retrieved it. But the way it was presented as like kind of like the heart of a statue was very, very ritualistic.
And
it's-
you said the lightning mist wall thing dissipated?
No, the lightning is still churning above and hitting kind of around the outside of the druid circle area.
Oh.
Well, then
okay.
I'm not entering that area.
That's probably a good call.
But the path does continue southward.
I will walk around the circle. I don't like lightning.
Yeah, we could go back
blame
down
you.
and take one of the southern paths around and then find our
I
way
will
up.
just walk around.
As I'll approach the south side, because I see lightning going around me, does it seem like I feel it? Can I like watch it and see if I can just? Does it seem like there's a clear way for me to get out, or do I feel like?
Yeah,
I'm
it
just stuck
doesn't. It doesn't try to strike you again. It just kind of continues hitting along the outside.
Okay.
Spoilers. It's like a one per character thing.
I figured, but
I'm gonna hang
so
around out the
I think-
edges.
so I think with this jewel, its purpose was either already met, or we have prevented this power from becoming activated and being useful by Strahd. I think
So
either way, we should figure out what it was going to be used for and understand that.
at the south end of the hilltop is a sickly copse, a grove of dead trees and shrubs with a huge
Look,
misshapen
a
tree
host.
at its core.
Welcome to chat,
Blood oozes like sap from
everyone.
its twisted trunk. Skulking around the tree are gangly humanoid creatures covered in needles. Your friends, as you quite remember, the needle blights. Embedded In the tree is a shiny battle axe, beneath which lies a human skeleton.
We just got another host for 6 viewers. Thank you, Papa Bear.
Damn up there.
Woo!
I like to think it's the same 6 viewers being tossed back to you constantly.
Right, they're just
Playing
like,
volleyball.
oh god, this guy again?
They haven't done anything in like 15 minutes.
Pep's real thoughts about us.
That's not even kind of true. You guys have done a lot. Gideon got a magic
Finder in
weapon.
one sentence.
Yeah.
Mysterious jewel.
There's a mysterious jewel. A
Well,
statue
you
of
are the
Strahd.
Twig Slayer, so I say this is your territory, Tally.
Do they seem like they're moving?
They're just kind of like milling about.
Hmm.
And I will bring some of them to light. You see 6 of them.
Are Skirp and Gideon joining us? Or are you guys just kind
Yeah.
of hanging out?
I was hanging out towards my max range.
Gotcha.
Nobody appears to have died. So I'll join in. Yep.
Oh god, he just runs right
He
through.
just runs right back through the circle.
He's fine.
Yeah, I'll start
So again,
walking
there's
in.
this gross-looking tree at the center of all of this, where these things are, and all the side. And as you, so far, like they're just milling, like they just kind of ignore you. They haven't attacked yet.
Do I see any like any other kind of creatures in the area, or humanoids or anything?
Nope, just these things.
Okay. Does the body? Because you said there's an axe with a body.
So there's an axe like embedded into this kind of gross-looking tree, and then there's a human skeleton like leaned up against the base of the
Oh,
tree.
like a skeleton. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, like kind of like it fell there.
You guys know what this is?
Do we have any idea how many people might have been kidnapped? Could they possibly be these 6 pigs?
No, because I mean there were a large number of people there, but you're not really sure if anybody was kidnapped. All you found was the wrecked remains of the winery and everyone missing.
The closer we get, do the twig things seem hostile?
They start getting agitated, like, and you've fought these before, and you can throw like needles and stuff, and they've kind of start like bristling like a porcupine.
I'm gonna try to communicate. But I'll shout at them. What is this place? And see if they respond.
They respond with a volley.
How appropriately? Yep, back at the party. We're good.
I'm. All right. I will respond in kind.
All right,
If this is how they want to play, let's play. Stick fight. Stick fight.
initiative time. We're gonna do it on this map. It's gonna be fun.
I have to zoom in.
Enhance.
Oh,
Jesus.
I rolled initiative, but it didn't. It was before the order was ready. Sorry. Here, I'll roll initiative again and then change it to the normal roll.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, crap, who did I miss?
Whoa.
I only got a 12 though because that was my second roll.
Oh.
I just wanted to add it to the order.
Did I not hit you? Guess not. There we go. Whole lot of 17s in there. Skirp, Dex mod.
That looks like 2.
All right, I'm gonna give that to you then.
That's right.
All right, first up is Twig Blight, which we will say is the one that kicked off the attack against Tally. Works for me.
I'm going to impose warding flare on it, so disadvantage on its attack.
Sure. Just gotta get to its page here. Assuming I can find it. There we go. Boop. All right. It is +3. 2 misses. They go wide.
Oh.
They just hit the ground in front of you. No big deal. Skirp. You see that things have popped off, and it is go time.
Oh, it is on. All right. Gonna light up that lightsaber. Just go. Let's fry some twigs. Don't worry. Have no fear. I'm about to kill some sticks.
A good catchphrase.
Thank you. I've been working on it, workshopping it.
Good. You should keep
Here we
doing
go.
Don't think about it too hard, Zeb.
I'm just showing chat. That's all.
One attack is yes. Second attack is no. Which one are you attacking? The one south or left?
Let's call it south.
All right. It dies.
Oh, I knew it.
All right. Skirp. Immediately upon doing so, attacking
Yes.
this thing and killing it, the tree itself starts moving.
Oh, I'll
Uh-oh.
take that tree.
Uh-oh.
And it gets added to the initiative order.
Oh fuck.
At a very low 3.
Tree blight?
Don't worry about it.
Perfect.
Okay. The Skirp will attack you and let you know what happens.
Mama's angry.
We'll claws. Which is a 3. Nope. Moving on. Twig Blight is dead. Get rid of him. Gideon, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot at the blights, the little ones, not the big ones. Let's see. Am I within 120? Are we still doing this at 50-foot scale?
At this point, just assume it's 5 foot.
Okay,
It's easier and it's
I'm okay with that.
not worth really fighting over too much.
For the first one I'm shooting at, does that hit?
Which is the one next to Skirp.
Yeah, just the closest ones to them.
Yeah,
I'm working
and it also
through.
blows it up.
Okay, I'm shooting at the next one in the line.
Yes,
Well-
and blows it up.
And then the last one.
And then you learn every one that you've killed makes Mama grow one size larger, and she's up to Colossus now.
I don't know if that
Um,
one hit.
I don't know if that one hit, actually. Nope, that one missed.
Okay.
All right, Tally.
How big is the mama tree?
The Mama Tree is on a different page. Tree, tell me your secrets. It is tall. It's like 25 feet tall.
Twig blights, how tall were they? Like,
They're small. They're like maybe 3 feet tall.
okay.
Ah, here we are.
Okay. How far away are all of them from me?
In reality, they're
Yeah.
within 30. I need
Okay.
to make this guy to scale as well. There we go.
Oh, that's a big boy. That's a very big boy.
Wait,
That's his
we've been
action.
calling it Mama, and now it's a boy?
Whatever, man.
Whatever it takes.
Tree can be whatever it wants.
Do you just assume the tree's gender?
No,
2018, I sure did.
just tree. Tell me the pronouns you want, but goddamn, you huge.
Yep. All right, Raph, what are you doing?
Did you say the wood
Don't
was
worry,
big?
Mama. We'll tree you right.
Oh, boo.
Get out.
Best original screenplay.
I have a new spell I'm going to use.
Anti-tree fire.
Something like that.
As opposed to pro tree fire.
I'm going to need
And that spell is?
a lot of dex throws. Well, 4 dex throws. Fireball, baby.
Fireball.
All right, so here's the big one, which is a fail. And the little one.
Doesn't that not include us? We are creatures.
I'm aiming the fireball at the tree, so 20 foot. I'm going to place it like to where there's a 20-foot radius that doesn't include you guys. Presumably the back half of the tree will be that.
And one of them made it, but half
Well.
damage on the twig blights isn't going to help.
Sorry, having issues rolling this.
Man, now we're gonna have a giant flaming angry tree blight.
All right, so 2 successes, 3 fails. I will tell you right now that regardless of success or failure on the little ones, evaporates them. I think I got all of them.
Which
Yep,
means
just
there's
together.
4 giant big guys left?
No, there's 1 giant big guy left.
Okay.
And he just took 27 damage.
Okay. Cool. I guess it's
That
supposed to set
makes-
things on fire, but
Curiosity has the best of Floki right now?
the ignites flammable objects in the areas that aren't being worn or carried. I don't know if a giant tree monster is being worn or carried. But I'll leave that to you.
Nope, not in this case. Doesn't ignite. All right, Floki, do your thing.
Curiosity has the best of Floki at this point in time with the tree. And I would like to combine my feline's agility for my burst movement. I'd like to use my climb speed, my acrobat skill, to pull the axe out of its face, or wherever it's embedded into its body.
All right, you're gonna take an attack of opportunity to try to do this.
That's fine. Curiosity kills the cat more often than not. And I wasn't curious about lightning, and it still killed me, so whatevs.
15 hit you?
Not when Skirt imposes disadvantage.
Goddamn right he does.
Let's see what it comes out to.
Nice.
Very well.
You want me to roll my acrobats and hope I don't fail?
This character.
I need a strength check to pull the axe. That is not enough. So you kind of you get both feet up on it and pull until you're hanging off the side of this thing, holding onto it. Nothing.
I'm gonna stay attached to it until I pull it out, so I'm good. Done.
So you said it's taking an attack of opportunity. Is it swinging?
It swung like a giant branch at him.
Oh God!
Think of Harry Potter.
I think I've seen this in Harry Potter.
Now it's its turn. And since it has a friend so close to it, a root comes up and grasps at Floki, who is now basically, you're actually down here. Actually, to get it, you'd have to be here. 17 does hit you, yeah?
Yar.
All right. You are grappled, and at the start of each of your turns, you will take damage. Right now, you're just grappled, no damage.
I don't let go of the axe, so does it pull the axe out with me? Because that'd be awesome.
So far, it's just reached up and grabbed you. It hasn't pulled you
Okay.
off.
I'm hoping it
And
pulls,
for-
and then I hold on to the axe.
Hopefully it
And
pulls you off.
for its other 3 attacks,
I wasn't gonna
Oh
say
dear
that.
lord.
we've got. What do we got? We've got 2 branches for you and a branch for the goblin. So branch 1 is a hit. Branch 2 is definitely a hit.
Wait, are these all on me?
This last one's for Skirp. Also a hit. And these will do some bludgeoning damage.
It was nice knowing you guys.
Wow.
All right, so 16 and
Oh!
then 20.
Uh-oh.
So there's 36 damage against Floki. And for Skirp, 17 damage.
Oh, I didn't agree to that.
Skirp, this thing just goes crazy, flying around all these giant like branches like they're limbs. You're up.
Step up.
And also, if you guys can help his speed round, because I need to have a hard stop at 9:30.
All right. Game on.
Game on!
Okay. Attack number 1. What's the scoop on that one?
That is a miss.
All right. Attack number 2. Hang on. Quick check.
That is a hit.
Yeah.
For 14 damage.
Yeah, that's with a smite.
Got it. And it just, you lean into it and it goes,
It's actually like radiant damage.
yeah. And it so burns through it with kind of this holy fire. It's still going.
Whoops, I didn't mean to. Okay, well, I meant to click sharpshooter, but I clicked precision attack. But I might be
That's
using
fine.
that sharpshooter roll if this is below like 12.
12 is a miss. But a 19 is not a miss.
Okay, then let's call that a hit.
All
I
right,
used
so it
one
will
of my
take
3 hits.
19 damage, which is
Okay,
pretty solid.
I'm firing again, and I might also be precisioning attacking.
Very well. Do your worst. That is a hit on die.
Okay,
So we'll take off another 17. Will we though? Yeah, we will.
We'll try.
And then with your final attack, we take off another 18.
I'm gonna action surge and sharpshooter twice more. I really
Jeez.
want this thing to die. You said
Because what
speed
you do
round,
is
right?
damage.
Okay,
Miss.
that's not gonna hit no matter what I do. And you should let me decide if okay, I will roll precision attack for that.
Okay.
Because I'm not supposed to know whether I hit or miss before.
Fair.
Okay.
And with
Nice.
precision, that will hit for another 14.
Okay, so that was a total of a ridiculous amount of damage.
You just did like, I don't know, 60 damage or something like that.
A little more than that, closer to 80.
Yeah, that was pretty solid. All right, well, the guy with the chain gun in the back just unleashed on this thing. And Tally, it's your turn.
Okay. Now it's time for the laser light show. I'm going to cast Scorching Ray, targeting all 3 rays at the Deuter, big tree.
Do it. Whew, there's a crit. We have all hits. Let me see. So crit is 19. And then 2 more for 12 total. And it is like parts of it are like falling off or on fire and scorched it. But it is still standing.
I did
I'm going to go.
68 damage.
I'm going to also,
Nice.
as a bonus action, cast Healing Word on Floki.
Okay.
Some pep back in his step.
Nice. That was a solid heal. All right, Floki, speaking of, assuming you're still standing,
I'm still grappled though, right?
you are still grappled. You may attempt to escape if you so desire.
Yes. What do I do
DC
for that?
15.
Strength.
You can use athletics.
You say acrobatics?
I said what I meant.
Is that a yes? I can use acrobatics?
Athletics. Hot damn.
You're out.
Like
You are no
dead.
longer grappled.
Yeah, I didn't like that at all.
You should take damage, but I forgot about it, so it's fine. You'll get off easy this time. Now, what are you gonna do?
That was my action, correct?
Yes, it was.
So if I were just to move away, that's an attack of opportunity because I can't use disengage.
Correct.
However, you'd move away, and the attack of opportunity would be at disadvantage.
Correct.
Right. But my bonus action to hide, is that a thing in melee combat?
Not without cover. You don't pop a smoke bomb and.
Since when's that a thing? Like it just says I can use my bonus cover to hide.
Yeah,
Make
but you
a
need
stealth
cover to
attempt.
hide.
Stealth check to
You need
attempt
something to hide behind.
It's a bajillion sizes big. I'm hiding behind its own limbs.
That's not how stealth works.
I'm gonna hide behind skirt.
It's not WoW stealth.
If you were a halfling, I think you can do that.
All right, I am going to trust in my hero Skirp, and I'm going to GTFO.
All right.
All right, I'm
Land
ready.
decide. Does a 15 hit you?
Oh yes, 15 hits me.
It's a valid attack.
I got him a 6 on the die. That's
As I get smacked, my bonus action is going to give Skirp advantage on his next attack.
Your dying breath is to tell him to hit harder.
19 damage.
Oh god.
Kick his ass, Seabass!
And it's its turn. And
all the ground. You're like,
it's just gonna go full round on the thing that's in range, which is Skirp. We're gonna.
Well, technically I'm in range too.
It's in range too.
Oh yeah, Floki's in range. All right, well, we'll go 2 and 2. It's going to attempt to bite Floki. It's gonna go bite branch, bite branch. So bite first. Are you gonna? Oh, you only have one reaction. Never mind. Floki, there's one attack. That's the bite. Here's the branch. Both hit, yeah?
Yeah.
Alright, here's the bite damage. 20. And here's the branch. Another 13.
All right, so explain how that works. 33 is my hit points, but they're 2 separate attacks.
Does the first
So-
drop you to 0?
Yeah, does the first drop you to 0?
The attack of opportunity dropped me to 0.
Oh.
Oh, okay, well
so
then you have
that's
2 death
death
saving throws.
fails.
Or they're just auto fails.
Yeah, it's just 2 fails.
He
From
damaged
getting
you while
hit.
you were at 0.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah, no, I had 8 hit points because you killed me last round. And
Yeah,
we
then
didn't
Tali
do this.
healed me.
Otherwise, probably the thing would have gone after whoever was alive, right? Whatever.
Alright, here's for... Oh god.
Uh-oh.
That's against Skirp with the bite.
Bye, Skirp!
Come at me.
That's against Skirp with... Alright, well, I'm gonna roll 3d8 plus 6 twice.
What?
3d8 twice and then plus 6.
So,
So-
68.
There's... Wow. Okay, Skirp, you got off
Okay.
lucky. Plus 6. So...
This was fine.
Phew.
This is fine.
Yeah,
And
24
then-
damage.
Yeah, and then here's
the
the
total?
branch.
Oh, no, it's 22
There it is.
damage.
Add another 21 on top of that.
What's the total?
37.
40.
Yeah, 37.
Wait.
6 plus 10 plus 21?
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's 6 plus 10 plus 6
Plus 6.
21.
Yeah. So it's 20. It's 22 plus 21.
That knocks me down by 1 point.
All right. It's your turn. Make a death saving throw.
These guys.
I'm gonna murder that
Jeez.
thing.
Fucking A.
One fail. Gideon.
Sharpshooter. And again.
And again?
I'm gonna use
The first
hold
attack
on.
was enough to take it down.
Oh, okay, thank God.
It had 9 hit points left.
So you're saying I killed a tree by shooting wood into it?
Yep, pretty much.
Had metal.
I guess there's some metal in there.
All right, and with that, we have 2 people down.
Yeah, we gotta
A mysterious
stabilize
axe.
before Keyless right
No,
away.
we're gonna leave it like this cliffhanger because
Oh.
I gotta go.
Oh,
And it's gonna be more
fuck.
fun next time.
Can I at
Hang
least
on.
see if I'm dead and have to make a new character?
So you have 2 people down.
We have somebody who can heal you.
2 people down. A dead.
Does she have any spells left? I mean, we
Yeah,
haven't
you-
rested.
Yep, I do. Been very
All right.
judicious.
2
And
people
what is
down,
that?
a dead tree, and a mysterious stone, and a lot of missing people.
Yep. And that's it for this
I
time.
think I should have said, who knows?
Jeff.
Maybe I do, maybe I don't.
Huh.
Is the camera coming through?
No.
No.
I made you a diorama of Jurassic Park.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I worked hard on this, and it came out really well.
Make sure you get a picture for me.
I'm gonna bring it to work tomorrow.
Nice. All right, guys. Good game. Have a good night.
Good night.
And I will talk to you guys later.
Hi, everybody.
See you guys.
Later. All right, guys. Thanks for watching.
I'd like to point out that Tally and I did like 80 damage each that fight.
We're gonna end the stream. We're gonna send you over to Don the Crown, guys.
Sure you
Oh, yeah,
did.
what
Like
the
a
fuck,
We're gonna have
guys?
some fun over here. It's gonna be some fun times. He's playing Path of Exile, guys. He's working on partner. He's almost
Or
there.
don't come at me. That's also fine.
Almost there, guys. I appreciate you hanging out. We'll see you guys in about a month.
Oh man.
I'll be back tomorrow morning. D&D stream will be here in a month. Later.
Yeah, pretty happy with it.
Actually takes off.
I